Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the FanBase podcast. It's episode 3. I'm WildBore, and I'm joined by my two weeby wingmen. It's simply the best. It's Colors.
Oh my fucking god. I wasn't expecting that one.
You really made a simp joke already. All right, we're off to a good start.
Just like Tower of God. And I can't believe it's not a furry. It's Fuffy.
I refute these accusations, although cat girls are kind of cute, not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
And it's fair to say that we are joined by, I guess we can call them abridging royalty.
Yes.
In PhatTony 92, although I got told off earlier for calling him that, so
Wait,
Tony.
You called me Mr. FhatTony 92.
Mr.
And,
Fat
and,
Tony 92.
and I wasn't telling you off. We were just having some fun about it.
Okay. And also by Chibitails.
Hello.
The wonderful Chibitails.
Oh, I mean, that's a little too much now. I wouldn't say I'm wonderful. I'm mediocre at best.
So wonderful.
Also, royalty, I think, is going a little bit far.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Well, how about something a bit less than royalty, like maybe a dukedom, or like a lord?
The bishop.
I would feel like the crazy uncle that just won't die.
Oh god.
Like people are gonna hear that and they'll be like, something witty.
Yeah.
Is
or
it
little Karibo.
Is it the schmucks? Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Today we have
You don't
Abridged
understand
Disney, the
how
Schmuck
much we
Squad.
want to get them on this podcast. Like we want Izzy and them on this podcast so bad.
Well, I just want to pick their brain about how they fucking come up with all those amazing ideas.
Exactly.
So,
But
is
I've heard
anyone
it's a
had any recent
fascinating
occurrences? Like, what's happening? What's happening in the world? I guess
What's
there's
happening in the
big-
world?
The big
Well,
obvious
everything's
thing,
on fire, but I don't go outside.
Other than a fucking sickness going around, I mean.
Oh, dude. I mean, if I guess we talked about it before, but Chibi and Tony don't know. I am training to become a firefighter.
Hey, good for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I'm currently
Neither
doing
do.
that.
So what kind of fire?
So that's new news to everyone
Yeah.
except for
Yep.
Fuffy and myself.
So
Good-
what
good
kind
for
of fire
colors.
is your weapon of choice?
Yeah,
What was
exactly.
that?
We were gonna be like, yeah, we miss you, buddy, and we just like call up the fire department. Yeah, I started a fire because I missed my friend.
I miss my friend. Send him over, please.
Well, you're a firefighter. That implies you fight with fire. So are we talking the blue kind, or are you going straight to lightning?
Dude, listen. I have like the best story about when I announced like that because it was like a big decision. It was a really big decision, right? Like it took me like 3 months to like really like I was gonna do it after high school, but I opted to do digital art instead to kind of give that a shot first before like throwing myself head like straight into first responder. But it just wouldn't go away, that feeling of like I really need to like be out there and help people.
Yeah, there
And
you
I
go, man. Good for you.
hop into the call. I'm like, hey Sean, hey Fuffy, hey Matt, what's up? And like they're like, hey, I'm like, guys, I have something to tell you. It's really important. I know you guys don't know this. I told them the high school thing. And then I was like, so I'm becoming a firefighter. And then the first thing Sean says, he goes, Mason, I don't mean this in a really offensive way, and don't take this the wrong way, but are you becoming a firefighter because you want to be Fire Force in real life?
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought
Dude,
that.
I was just thinking that too.
Hey, look, man. You sang the intro to Fire Force for the TikTok, so I just had to make sure you get
came
into
out really
for
good,
the
too.
right
All right.
reasons.
It came out really good, too. That was a great cover.
Well, see, like the thing is though is you'll have to tell me, because if one of my friends came to me with like that exact kind of like, hey guys, I got something really important to tell you, like I would have to pull out fucking Adam Sandler like, oh, you're pregnant. Oh, he's Casey. He's gonna be a soccer player.
He gonna be
Oh
a
my
sucker.
gosh.
Honestly, that was my second thought. when he said he had some big news.
Yeah, it was, like me and Emmy are pregnant, right? That's what
There
happened.
you go.
Nah, dude, it was really funny, and like I was like, no, of course not, dude, and he's like, I'm just playing around. I'm like, okay.
Like, no, of course not, but like that would be really cool.
That's what I said. I was like, that'd be pretty dope, like fighting with actual fire. to
Just
put out
shows
fire.
up, cosplayed as one of the characters to fight a fire. All right, let's do
Yeah, I'm
this.
gonna do it. I'm gonna cosplay as the captain.
Oh yeah, do it.
So
Oh, yeah.
a bit
But,
of anime news. So Demon Slayer Mugen Train has topped all the Harry Potter films, Howl's Moving Castle, and is now the number 5 all-time film in Japan.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh.
What the fuck?
Holy shit. I mean, it's got
I
an
never
8.5
even like
on
watched all of
IMDb.
Demon Slayer.
That's
kind
crazy.
of
Since
Amazing.
Sony killed it for us.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if you noticed that my whole name is derived off of the fact that I was due to lend my vocal mediocrity to Inosuke for our rendition of Demon Slayer Abridged, and then we got cancelled by Sony, and I've been left with this piece of commissioned art and this name, and I even bought the mask so I could do a whole face reveal eventually, and this all seems like a bit of a waste of effort now.
I mean,
It's stuck,
not
though.
really.
Yeah, it has stuck. I mean, it's better than the old one.
Yeah, what was it like? It was just like it was like Sean.
It was
and then,
it was literally my Skype name, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
I am not having my Skype name attached to any sort of thing I am doing for shit posting or meme content.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Especially as quote unquote head of casting for FanBase, I did not
Oh
want
my
that
gosh.
going out to anyone.
Yo,
In fact,
yo, you know,
I
I got a
had my
question.
first. Go on.
Go ahead. No. You tell.
I
me.
had my first DM the other day, and I'll paraphrase it. And it was, "Hey man, do you need any voices for your projects or anything? Or because I got a really good impression of this character," and I was just like, I don't want to be that guy because I was definitely that type of guy when I was younger, but I've put all these things on Casting Call Club and other sites for people to audition at. Please don't DM me. It's just
Send a demo reel or something.
And what's
if you're
funny?
gonna.
What's funny is that in the first episode, we actually said like this would happen, right? Because he's the
Yeah.
casting director for FanBase, and like we were just
Okay, but
like
can I explain something?
yeah.
He's the casting director he pays for Casting Call Club Gold.
Yeah.
And we all
So-
rely on him and his amazing skills of getting more than 7 auditions for our projects.
Like, yo, so Tony, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Because I don't think I did this. I don't think I did that. I remember I messaged you, about like asking like to do we're gonna make that the video. Have you looked at it by any chance?
I haven't, dude. I'm sorry. Things have been
No, it's
with
okay.
work,
You got a
dude,
ton of stuff that we're gonna talk
prepping
about.
for winter.
Yeah.
So
No
sorry.
big deal. But basically, like I know that I've like asked you to work on projects like as a channel to channel, like in that. I think I asked you one time like what was going on with Slime, the Slime Abridged.
I very specifically remember you asking if we had any spare editors,
Yeah.
and well, we do, quote unquote, but it was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, no, if you want to pay them, go for it. I mean, they're not
Oh my
exactly
God.
cheap, but go for it.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna
I
recommend
think-
them. Be like, yeah, they pay. They get paid
Sorry,
for
I
their work.
I think
So
that was sorry, I think I know where that comes from actually. Was that you, Colours? I thought it was Matt because
Yeah,
it
no,
was the
Matt's
time
the one
when-
who messaged that.
it was the time when my side hustle of a King's Game, Simon Says Abridged, our editor pulled out, and because I was already editing DGF, I was like, I am not editing 2 projects at once. Someone please help me find an editor, and a competent editor, and a committed editor, and most importantly, a committed, competent editor who will work for free.
Oh my gosh. So
Basically,
Fuffy.
You need someone who's invested in the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me,
So
I'm too
my-
far invested, and now I edit too much.
So my question, Tony, is do you get those messages a lot?
All the time.
How often do you get all the time?
All
Every time?
the
Every day?
time. In fact, hold up. Actually, just a second.
There's been a few times where I've had people message me.
1, 2, 3, 4. I currently have 5 message requests on our Twitter.
Oh my lord! What are they? Oh, dude, what are they?
No,
Can you give me like one?
Nope.
Go and throw one at us.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna out them like that because chances are, if they see this, they'll be like, "Oh, that's me," and now I feel bad.
Dude, that's me. I'm in the video.
So it's like Fat Tony said my name. Fat Tony said my name.
I've had people message me to ask me about stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not the one you need to go to, okay? Like, I just mod the server and voice stuff and make the thumbnails. I don't do anything else. Like, you need to message Tony because I'm like, I'm not his fucking keeper, for one, and two, I don't know anything about this information, so I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to message him, not me. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, no,
Oh
we do get them quite frequently, whether that be on our Facebook, Twitter. Some of the newer ones is actually because we have a contact form on our website, so we've been getting some through that. But now, we're getting a bunch through, actual legitimate means, so that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah, and less talented abridging groups approaching you to do collabs. So that must really annoy you.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I don't think I don't agree with the less talented part. Everyone.
Aww.
It's a matter. Everyone is there. You guys are all passionate about it, and that's what matters. It's all about finding your stride. And I believe you guys have done that. So it's not a matter of talent. It's not a matter of experience. It's a matter of finding what works for you and making it work for you.
Yeah, I mean, look at me.
Hey,
I have
you
no
make the
talent
thumbnails and you
whatsoever,
mod the
but here I
servers.
am.
Yeah, you make the thumbnails.
Yeah, I make the thumbnails and I get shit on the server all the time.
they just hit you up in the general chat. Yo, Chibi, that thumbnail was trash.
I mean, not really
what's going
not really in that effect, but it's more so like being treated like garbage just because I feel like, oh well, Chibi's a female. I don't have to listen to that bit.
Females aren't in power. Females don't have rights.
Like,
Wait a minute,
I'm
Tellers.
hypocrisy.
Didn't we say before this nothing that would get us canceled?
I don't think
Don't
Mason's
take
here
that
for
out
the
of
debrief.
context. That is not.
Don't take that out of context, guys.
That's not
was
gonna
a joke.
get you canceled. I'm just saying, like, that there has been times where I have been ignored so many times, but yet, like, if one of the guys messes someone, they're like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And if I message them, I don't get any answers back, or I get a smart-ass comment, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I am so done with
The neckbeards.
yeah.
So rude. So rude to females, but they want females so bad, but can't get them. Oh, it sucks. Poor boys.
All right.
I mean, I kind of want to talk about that experience I had that one time.
What was it?
I don't know. I'm looking at Tony to make sure.
Which experience? Which one are you talking about?
like a very vague teaser.
That experience that caused us to have a new rule.
Yeah,
on
no,
the server.
we're not going into that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't
And
need to.
if you want them to
Tell
go
us
into that,
after.
please subscribe to their Patreon. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, I
Don't ask them about it. Please subscribe to their Patreon, but don't ask them about it.
Don't
Like,
ask me.
I could tell you guys later, but like.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
It
fine.
was a
But
experience.
I don't feel right, putting that out there.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Edit click.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So let's talk about a bit about your history. Let's start off with how you first found anime and what your favorites were. Maybe it was manga, and also the
Maybe it was
important
hentai.
question is, maybe it was hentai, yeah. And what is the favorite abridged that is not your own? I have to add that caveat in there as well.
I was about to say.
Chibi, why don't you start us out?
I have to say, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite because I'm a type of person that doesn't have one particular favorite anime or like anything, once I like something, I can't choose what is my favorite. People ask me, like we've had, I don't know how many people ask us on our streams, like, what's your favorite between pie and cake? And I'm like, look, I can't choose. Like,
Pie.
I like both pie and cake. Like, you can't make me choose.
Cake's
and
too sweet. Pie.
And so they've asked me, they've asked us, what is your favorite anime? I can't tell you what my favorite anime is. I just, the ones that I like them, and then they're forever my favorite. And trying to tell the story of how I started out liking anime is another thing that I can't, like, tell you, because there's a lot of things in my childhood that I don't remember, but I do remember watching anime like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. Like, I do remember watching those, but I can't tell you what was my first and how I got into anime. It just, like, it's just always been. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, when it comes to a lot of the shit that I dealt with in the past, I have a very fuzzy memory of a lot of that shit. But I do remember, like, watching Dragon Ball Z and finding out that Chi-Chi and Goku got married, and I was like, holy fucking shit. And I was like, what? They got married? Cool.
And apparently have never kissed on the lips.
Yeah!
Wait, what? Is this true?
Yeah. In Dragon Ball Super, fucking Goku saw Trunks give my CPR, and he was like, "Oh my god, why? How you? I've never seen someone put their lips to another. That's weird." And Vegeta turns to him and goes, "You're married." Like, it was really funny at the time, but if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, it kind of pisses me off.
Oh my god. Dude,
But,
Goku's
I mean,
a freaking dumbass.
But yeah,
maybe
that's
I can,
kind of...
Maybe I can, like, re-angle that question then. Like, is there anything that's had, like, a, like, it's left a lasting impression, like, where, like, maybe you've seen, like, a fight scene, or, like, there's been a moment in a show where you've just been like, wow.
I mean, I was like that, when, it was Dragon Ball Z, but this was, like, later when Goten was a character, and it was the scene of
Saga.
It was the scene of Goten and Gohan
Training?
No, well, I mean, but they were doing it. I think it was like a movie or whatever. But Goku was still dead.
Oh, the second coming of Broly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a really, like, that scene right there was really, like, empowering, because, like, his two sons, one of them being, like, 6, 7 years old, and then,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fighting, Broly, and he's there in spirit, with them, and that, it just really, it hit me in a way that a lot of anime hasn't hit me, since, like, I didn't really have much of a dad growing up, so, like, seeing that, it kind of, it moved me to a point where I'm like, I want to be that kind of parent if I ever have kids. Like, that's how I want to be. Like, even if I ended up dying, I still want to be there with them in spirit and, like, empower them and help them push forward even if I'm not there. So, like, that was definitely, like, so as a little child thinking that, like, that is definitely one of the things about anime that I love the most, is just, when kids watch it, they're, like, they see the most coolest shit, and it just empowers them to have, like, the most craziest imagination. Not, like, in a bad way, but, like, in the most adorable way, where they end up growing up and seeing that stuff made them become the people that they are and influence them in such a good way. Because everyone's just like, anime is, it's bad, like, stuff like that, and, like, kids shouldn't be watching it. Which I agree, there's some that kids should not be watching, but there are some that's like, if we had children, they would grow up on nothing but anime. Oh, yeah. Like, that, they would be the kids Naruto running in the hallway, okay? Like,
That's strange. You know, that's strange because usually it's the other way around where people say like, "Why are you like?" Whenever I was like, I'm not sure what the age difference between us is, but I'm 22.
You're younger than us.
and,
Yeah, I'm 27 and Tony is 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not too bad. All right, cool. So like when I was growing up and like checking out anime and stuff like 2012 forward, every time I brought up anime, it was always like, you know, like why you watch that, or like it's for kids. That's what it was always the opposite actually. Like it was never like, it was always like, wow, you like you know, like not really I think it was always because Pokemon was a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon.
No,
was
no,
like,
and,
that's an
and I can agree.
That's
But I got
Pokemon.
endless amounts of shit for
Well,
watching.
I mean, I
anime
did
growing
too.
up.
But then there's also the people that are like, oh, anime is like, you know, the same like devil worshipping and shit like that. You know,
God,
It's-
yeah.
I'm from Kentucky, so I mean, you can only imagine the garbage that I've heard. Like, we didn't have an anime section until high school, and the little anime section that we had was like piddly compared to like all the other books they had. Like, it was definitely.
So sad.
I mean, it was sad, and like if a book went missing, it never got replaced. So like if they had like a series, and one of the books was missing, well, you're fucked. You're gonna have to go to the next one and not know what the fuck's going on. That's just how it is. So it was just kind of viewed in kind of a bad way, where it's like children should not be watching like certain, like Pokemon. That's one thing because, you know, for kids it was on a children's channel, but like a lot of the anime that I watched was like on later, and like, oh, you shouldn't be watching that. There's too much violence, and you know what they say, but you know, violence will cause you to be violent when you get older, and you know, so but I do have to say, like, that was like one of the things as a kid that like really inspired me to kind of become a better person and a better parent than what I experienced as a kid. Sorry if this kind of ran off into a tangent.
Fucking clap to that, dude. Fuck yeah. So I guess jumping from that, you know, so Tony,
Yes.
what are your favorites?
All right. So, in that order, starting with I guess with anime. You know, that's kind of a tough one. I think the more recent one, because I'm a huge science nerd, would definitely have to be Dr. Stone.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Like I'm an absolutely huge science nerd, so that's definitely the most recent one. But back when I was, you know, still like, you know, relatively new to anime, I definitely would have to say Air Gear, and it pains me so because they never finished it. They never even gave it a conclusion. It was just like, this episode ends, and then, you know, you're expecting the next episode because there was no real closure, and it's like, oh, we're done, and I'm like, well, fuck.
It's like when they made Inuyasha and they had that final, like, before they made Final Act, and it just said, you know, thanks for watching, and it was like, wait a minute, they just ran off to the sun saying they're gonna kill Naraku, and that's it.
Yeah, except that even that was more closure than what we got with Air Gear.
I mean, not for me, man. I was sad.
That sort of feels like, you know, that like just to go back, to reference your projects of a Log Horizon Ridge. That feels like an EA move, doesn't it? You know, where they're going like, they run towards the sunset, and then like, if you want to see what happens next, you need to pay for these microtransactions and get some DLC.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I'd be willing to do that. They didn't even offer me that.
Yeah, they didn't even give us that, bro.
Yeah, no, you have to read the manga.
Yeah,
to see what happens next.
Air Gear was the first and only manga that I... No, actually, no, because I read Gantz. Air Gear was the first manga that I ever read to completion. And shit gets weird.
Oh. Yeah, I already showed them
Shit
about that.
gets weird in Air Gear.
The fucking Ohama or whatever his name is.
But so in that regard, Air Gear kind of falls under the same of my favorite manga, because, you know, I've only ever read 2 manga all the way through, and that's Air Gear and Gantz, and they both get equally fucking weird, just for different reasons. But
Yeah.
as for Abridged, see, that's a tough one. Abridged and Ment. I'm gonna separate the two.
Okay, good.
So
Nice.
my favorite
That's-
Abridged.
That's good because we got it written down here.
My favorite Abridged has to be Camphor Abridged by Masako X.
Yo, Camphor was dope. You just remind. I need to hold on. I need to go to Crunchyroll.com and tag that. Yo, I totally forgot that anime, bro. I need to tag that in that. Dude, no way. I love that anime.
Yeah,
Yo, that was like the
'cause-
third anime I ever watched.
And because that was Masako's, to my knowledge, only solo venture in abridging, and I dug it. He voiced both the main characters, male and female. I mean that man has got range. Like, it is. God, he's got range. It's insane. He can go, like, if the dude was more musically inclined, like, he is the Freddie Mercury equivalent to voice actors.
Damn.
Like, straight up.
Yeah, you're talking about Masako, right?
Yeah, Masako, Lawrence. Isn't
That the guy who plays Goku?
Yep, he
in
does
CFS,
Goku,
right?
Gohan,
Yeah.
and I know there's some others that I'm brain farting, but the guy's range isn't-
King Kai, right? He plays King Kai.
No, I think...
Pretty positive.
I think Kaiser does King Kai.
Does Kaiser do King Kai? Okay,
think
I
so,
wasn't
yeah.
sure. I just always knew that Goku always.
Although I
did.
could be
It
wrong.
was-
But I'm fairly certain he does not do King Kai.
Okay.
But and then for Ment is actually something very recent, and recent being the last couple of years. But that is specifically Stick Nasty and Lit by
Oh my God.
Earl of Basington.
Yeah.
I absolutely it's a one shot, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's so good.
and Chibi and I we quote it way too often.
Yeah, no, it's.
That's great.
I'm usually not the type of person that finds anything drug related to be hilarious, but I find this to be just absolutely bonkers hilarious.
Yeah, cannot recommend it enough. It is genuinely great, and it's also got
Izzy in it.
Izzy from Something Witty in there. So
Oh, sweet. Hell
They,
yeah.
they even used a voice modulated thing
Yeah.
to voice one of the characters.
it was pretty funny.
Like, that was, to me, it was hilarious because I was like, I recognize that. Me and my friends would, like, use that to say crazy shit all the time. Like,
But yeah, I mean, so there you go. You know, I don't have a big philosophical, you know, like, this changed me kind
I
of
do
thing.
I do have to say, like, Mike Dillon, his Toradora bridge.
Yeah, I think he's out of the game now. I think he's just doing editing
Yeah, but
professionally.
like, that was one of the abridged besides fucking, you know, Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Yeah.
That I actually really, really liked. And I got to talk to him once.
Oh yeah,
And-
he's a chill dude.
And I got to say one of my favorite lines from his...
You quoted the line, Adam. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
Minori. It was
Yep,
his
I remember
character
that, yep.
was named Minori. And
The
I mean,
irony.
I wouldn't mind saying it as long as it's something you guys are able to have on your podcast.
We'll censor it in
That's
post
fine.
if all
Because
else
it is
fails.
kind of a, like,
should be
not
fine.
safe for work kind of line, so...
Oh, who cares?
Well,
We're talking about
anyways,
anime titties here. What do you think of
I'm a
So-
bridging domestic girlfriend, for God's sake.
Yeah.
so if you remember when, like, it's like one of the first few episodes, like, maybe the first, where, like, if you've seen Toradora, where Ryuji and Minori are, like, I'm believing, like, going into class, and they're standing in front of the doorway, and so Mike Dillon, he's like, your dick in my mouth. And I was like, oh my god,
Yes.
I fucking
Oh my
love this
days.
line.
I remember now. Yes.
I love this line so much, and this was way before I met Tony. Like, this was like 2012, I think. So this was a
my
year
gosh.
before I met Tony, and you know, I liked Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, but I think that Abridged really, like, I think I like this way more. Even though it's just probably, you know, this dude that really no one, you know, doesn't have as many people, as many subscribers as, you know, them, but he did most of the voices by himself.
Yep.
and I believe was it Sid
who was
Snap?
that?
Sid Snap was with him. Yeah.
Sid Snap was with them at the Mike Dillon. He did like Toradora Abridged.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yeah.
I found him. Here it is.
And of course Ment. I mean, of course, Purple Eyes. Like his
So mainstream.
his code Ment. I mean,
I love that one.
dude, I loved his mashup fucking episode with Code Geass, One Piece, and Soul Eater. Like that's my favorite episode.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
Before we
That's
get
me.
into sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I cut someone off there.
No,
I was
it's
just to say before we get into talking about the history of your channel, I did notice a video on your channel which was Abridged versus Ment, like what the difference is.
Oh, I
You want to
love
rant
that
about
video.
that?
Love that
Wait, we
video.
have that
That is
video?
a good video
Yeah.
to talk about. I
was
stand that
I?
video.
So, I guess do you want me to go in on that or?
Yeah,
Okay.
man, go
So-
for it.
Give,
man. That
give the
video's
viewers
great.
a Cliff Notes.
All right. So, with Abridged and Ments, Ments are kind of kind of more off the wall where they the visual medium, the anime in question, is more of a vessel for jokes, and that's it. That's all they do. They don't really have much of they don't really follow the original plot all that closely. It's more of a guideline instead of a road to follow. It's kind of like, yeah, well, maybe we'll mention the One Piece every now and then, kind of thing. Like, with Purple Eyes' thing, he mentioned the One Piece once. And then you have Abridged, which is like TFS's, for example, where they do follow the plot, and they stay pretty faithful to the overarching themes and kind of they put their own flair on it.
Yes.
And then you have something like our One Piece, for example, where it is somewhere in the middle, where it takes things from both an Abridged and a Ment and kind of has a chaotic neutral kind of feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, we have the basic, the plot in its most basic form as our guideline, but that's about it. Everything else, we kind of throw it out. We throw it out the window, and we kind of turn everything on their head. Like with our Straw Hats, they are all fucking reprehensible, terrible people because they're pirates. They should act like it. And then
Facts.
exactly, and then and then we get Crocodile, where he is the
He's the good guy.
and he started off looking as the good guy in the original show. And we decided, no, you know what, we're gonna run with that. We're gonna keep him as the good guy. So yeah, it's I'm not even really sure what you could call that. Where it's the middle ground.
Just straight parody.
Yeah, I guess so.
Parody.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works.
yeah, that does work.
It
Yeah,
just
that's the middle
reminded
one.
me of you talking about One Piece and the people that were talking about how it was just a dub.
Oh my god. Yeah, actually, can I touch on that real quick? Just kind of a
go
little
ahead.
pet peeve of mine here. So, when we first released the episode 1 of not Log Horizon, Jesus, of One Piece Alabasta Abridged, I literally cannot tell you how many people are like, this is just like a fan dub. They just followed the episodes verbatim. Like, they used like 3 episodes, and it's like, no, we used 18 episodes
And a movie.
and a movie.
For episode
For
one?
episode
Just
1.
yep.
Oh my lord.
Yup.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it, does it? Because
Yeah.
our transitions and everything were so well put together that it made it seem like, oh, this is just like 3, 4, maybe 5 episodes.
Doger did such a good job.
Oh my god, right?
Love Doger so much. Like he did such a fantastic job.
Does he edit for anyone else?
Oh yeah. He's always looking for editing work, and his prices are really reasonable. He does great work, and he's got really fast
that's
turnaround
dope.
time.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, if you don't mind, I would love to send him a link to the server and have him join. And if you guys,
He's busy editing.
well, no, I'm just saying.
Oh, you didn't mean right this second. Okay, I'm
No.
sorry.
Yo, not right now.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a podcast.
No.
It's
I was
it's
asking-
okay.
The boy hop in.
But by the
Yeah.
time this podcast comes out, he'll have been in and he'll have been, good friends of us for a good solid
Yeah.
2 months.
He'll have been
So,
indoctrinated
yeah.
into the cult.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's just something. It's like no matter how much we change stuff up, no matter how much we differentiate it from the original, with every single episode, and I mean every single episode, no matter what we put out, Slime, Log Horizon, One Piece, we always get these fucking comments. Oh, this is basically a fandom.
Someone,
But like not in like the complimenting way where it's like, oh, this is so good. It's like the original dub. No, it's like this is just a fan dub. It's like, god damn it.
that we,
That's so strange because, like, yeah, I find that weird that people are doing that to you because we've never gotten that, not once.
I think that's because of the way
we
that
did
I edit stuff.
But it's also just I just find that strange because like I've never seen those comments before. You when you told me that, like when I saw the video that you made about Abridged versus Ment to shut everyone up, I hadn't realized that was such a big issue for you, and I feel like it's only you guys that get that. I've never seen that on any of Izzy's stuff or like the Schmuck Squad, and they all follow the story,
I think
they all do
one of the episodes
Abridged, so.
the comments would have or are justified because we did accidentally follow the script pretty closely, and I think that was episode 4 at certain points.
Yeah.
Where it was like some of the lines were actually just lifted directly from the script by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, shit happens. But like that one outlier, I don't feel like should get us the amount of continued flack we've gotten.
it just that also reminds me of that one comment we got where they were really mad about
Luffy?
Yeah, about
yeah,
Luffy.
Yeah. Before the episode got taken down by Funimation when it was still up in its original form, we got a comment where some dude was so mad at us for Luffy admitting he was a shit pirate. Yeah, like, or that or you're just a shit pirate, also true. This guy lost his fucking mind over that.
We're just like, dude, in the show, he's actually
He's a shit pirate.
they're not
Yeah,
pirates.
he's pretty bad at being a pirate.
So like, I even
Really good guy.
I can't remember exactly what I typed, but I was just like, dude.
But his issue was the fact that he openly admitted he was a shit pirate. He's like, yeah, he's a shit pirate, but he would never openly admit that.
I mean,
Like, it's
Wait.
a parody. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Bomb is a simp, but he would never openly say, "Yeah, I want to fucking suck Rachel's toes." Like, no.
Damn.
Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Natsuo's dad would.
not so his dad would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy guy.
100%. But like, dude, I just find it crazy that like you guys get the, because like again, like I'm saying, like I go through comments all the time, like on everyone else's. I've never seen that shit before, and I only got brought awareness to it after you made that video, and I was like, are people really that stupid
Oh yeah, dude.
to like
It's
not realize that like it's an abridged and it says abridged and like there's funny jokes and cursing and like
People
it's
getting
very
eaten
clearly an
and-
abridged
Yeah,
and like not the
yeah.
original thing. Like, is it that hard to understand? Like,
do
dude,
you
that's
like?
fucking crazy.
Do you guys get like Do you guys like reference anything and ever get those comments of like, oh, you referenced this, you're stealing from them? Have you ever gotten
Yes.
that? Okay.
Have we?
Yeah, sorry. It wasn't exactly like that we were stealing it, but someone actually did notice the Ant-Man reference I put into the DGF one.
Oh well, no. That
Yeah.
I think that's different
That
because
was
they were like,
just
oh
a
hey
rec-
dude, you did an Ant-Man reference, nice. But like, I think what they mean
Oh,
is
yeah.
like, let's say we actually did I'll Make a Man Out of You for Demon Slayer episode 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. Abridged, like if we actually did that and like the other guys already had done that, and if we did it we would have been copying them. I think that's
Yeah,
what
no, we get accused. We've been accused of like stealing jokes before, and
I mean,
now granted, I'll be the first to admit, in our early days, yeah, we kind of did, but again, that was early Gen 1 abridging. Everyone fucking did that. And I
It's
mean
just
everyone.
back when
well,
like you
someone,
just take the
someone
common
basically
memes.
accused us of not having an original idea, and I'm like, dude, there is no such thing as original ideas anymore. Everything has been done. You like through time, a joke has been made, and you might switch something out, but that doesn't make it original.
Context is important, is basically the takeaway.
Yes.
You know, just because something is similar, if the context is different, that's what matters.
And then we've made homages to, like, you know, Team 4-Star, Something Witty, stuff like that, and people are like, oh, you're stealing from them, and it's like, no, we're making an homage to them, like, hey. And
you know, the irony of it all is the one thing where we literally were lifting directly from the schmucks in regards to their Goblin Slayer. Not a one person bitched at us about that. Even though, because, like,
wow.
the thing is, those, you know, we got Grimm's permission and he voiced the part, but not a one person bitched. And it's kind of like, okay, the time where it was actually intentional and no one complains? Excuse me, what?
Yeah, it's probably because it was intentional
If
and
you're
you actually
enough,
got the
no one will
OG
ask
guy
questions.
there. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry,
got the OG.
we've rambled on long enough. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Sorry,
more
I
context.
just want to, like, just one final thing on that. There was that guy, Colors, who took exception to the gay subplot in episode 2.
Oh, the person who was like, that's so overused. I'm tired of hearing
that
it.
was me. Listen, that was me responding. Okay, this dude, Tony Chibi, get this. This dude decides to comment on our beautifully crafted video.
Go on.
And he decides to shit on the gay subplot. And he's like, he has this audacity to say that the gay he's like it was something along the lines of like, man, I'm kind of disappointed you did the gay subplot joke. And I'm like,
He said it was overused.
I was like, yeah, he was like, it's overused. I'm like, overused how? There's only two Abridged series in this whole entire community for this show. And I'm pretty sure we're the only one with an episode 2 where you can kindly express any kind of form of gay subplot. And I'm like, what the hell are you going on about?
He was talking about in media in general and like in
Why
I
does
guess
it
in
matter?
media in
but
general.
I'm like, how do you criticize an individual thing for being similar to media in general? I think that can be something annoying, but it's not a criticism for it on its own.
Yeah, and like I'm like he basically made it sound like it was like a cheap shot, and I'm like, no, that was fucking hilarious.
Hey, you should have made fun of the simp joke. That was the cheap shot.
Yeah, that was a cheap shot.
That one was funny when we first
wrote.
wrote it, and then like the entire meme just exploding, and then we're like, oh god, we shouldn't make too many simp jokes now.
In fact,
Yeah,
I think it was a deliberate artistic decision. Like we would get head on to say, we just like cut off the word, and we'd say, okay, we're never gonna straight up call him a simp, but it's damn obvious that he is. Yeah,
I think we ended up calling him a simp, didn't we? Though, like some point in, what was it, 1 or 2?
No, well, in 1, Hedon says simp and then gets cut off by the intro, but that's it.
That's really it? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Fuck yeah. All right. But yeah, man, I was like, some dude had the audacity to fucking go into the fucking chat and like,
how dare he give criticism?
Try and like fucking shit on our fucking pure comedy gold and like hate on the gays.
Oh, I mean, they would definitely not like me at all.
I played with him.
If I had seen
hilarious.
that, I'd have been like, "Hey, Daddy, what's up?"
Oh my god!
Like, I would have been straight up.
Hey, you
gay
looking
as
kind of
fuck
cute
with
there.
him, just to piss him off.
Bitch.
Like that's me.
Nah, let me. Here, let me find it. I got it right here. Hold on, real quick. I got it right here. Here. I played with him in this chat. I was controlling the conversation.
I still found it weird what you were saying in there. I'm like, was this Prince or Colors? I don't know.
Yeah. He goes. The gay subplot is getting dull as fuck, and I'm like, why are you mad? And he's like, I have seen 5 Abridged series make the yaoi jokes, and it stops being funny. I'm like, well, 1, we never made a yaoi joke. We just said gay subplot. And then I go, well, sounds like you haven't had a good, decent, proper yaoi joke in a while, my friend. And he goes, it's just an overused trope, period. I'm like, he's such a fucking shit stain.
Dude,
like, he's so upset.
There is not enough
angry, poor guy.
yaoi. What are you talking about? Like,
He's so angry for no reason. Is he subscribed to us?
I just want to say, the yaoi hentai compared to regular hentai is minuscule. There is never enough Okay.
Oh yeah, I agree.
You know, it's actually funny you mentioning that. Is he subscribed to you back in the day with the old YouTube? You could actually unsubscribe people to your channel.
Yeah, you could. I remember
Oh.
that. It was dope.
That sounds like a power that I should not be given because I already use my power on the
Same.
server
You
anyway.
abuse your power
Neither.
so much in here.
Yeah. So speaking of old YouTube, you know, how did you get your start? Like, what inspired you to start up PhatDogStudios? Why PhatDog? You know, just give us the.
Well, that's kind of a multi-tiered. It's a multi-tiered answer. So, abridging for me started actually. My interest in it actually started with something that doesn't actually even have abridged in the name. Specifically, Hidden Naruto. And it's bad. I mean, it's really fucking bad, and it has not aged well. But it's so bad, it's good kind of way.
I know what you're talking about.
You do?
I
The
know what
fucking
you're talking about.
Naruto's Macy's
Yeah, I know what
sale
you're
and how
talking about.
Naruto
It's
got his
fucking
groove
garbage.
back. So funny. You know, where, you know, they all started with their, you know, making the sound effects with their mouths and everything. It was fucking hysterical. Fucking Tsunadi's a black dude for some reason.
You know what sucks?
Oh.
There's only one episode left on the web
On
on
YouTube. Yeah, but
and
if
it's,
you
like, episode 4.
Yeah, but if you go, you can actually find it on Daily Motion.
Oh fuck
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
great. Okay, cool. Thank God.
Because I sent them. I was talking to our sound engineer Calvin, and I don't know why Hidden Naruto came up, but I sent it to him, and I'm like, enjoy that. And he got back to me, and he's like, he effectively quoted Clerks 2 when the dude was fucking the donkey.
Oh, the interspecies erotica.
Yeah. He's like, I'm disgusted and repulsed, but I can't look away.
Disgusted and repulsed, and I can't look away.
Yeah. So that's what got me interested in abridging, like just parody videos as a whole, I guess. And then I stumbled upon HBI2K and Lanny Pator's channels. And
What did they do?
HBI2K, he used to be a part of Team 4-Star. He voiced Nail and Dr. Briefs.
Got it. Okay.
And but he started off with Berserk Abridged, and then he went to Gantz and then Escaflowne, I want to say. And actually, fun fact, he is actually the reason, or at least one of the main reasons that Hellsing was made by Takahata 101, because I very specifically remember HBI2K making a video about talking why he wouldn't abridge Hellsing. And he was like, it's too serious, it's too dark, it just can't be abridged. And so Hellsing Abridged by Taka was made out of spite because of that. Or at least one of the reasons, if not the sole reason.
That's the perfect reason.
Yeah.
So,
The perfect reason to make it.
And
so
so
I was just like, hold my beer.
yeah, so after
Yeah.
I saw either his first or second episode of Berserk, that's when I started abridging. That's when I started my own thing. And that was before PhatDog, because I hadn't met Doger at that point. But my very first abridged series was a Prince of Tennis parody. And we called it Pot Abridged. You know, Prince of Tennis, Pot Abridged. Haha. It was stupid. And it is the one and only abridged episode ever that I did all the editing for. And I'm gonna paint the scene for you guys on this one. So
Okay.
it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I am on my dad's work laptop using Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, to fucking make this.
Classic program.
And I'm on the fucking couch, and I'm recording pickup lines through a goddamn headset.
Yep.
That
Hell yeah.
is guerrilla abridging,
Do we still
isn't
have
it?
the original
I
video?
do.
The original
It's
video.
somewhere on the internet, but
Oh, fuck.
and I know where it is, and a few people have found it to my everlasting shame. And the worst part is, because it's on an old website that I used to use, and I don't remember the password to the account, so I literally cannot remove it. I've tried.
Yeah, no, like he made it seem like it was like the hardest shit to find. but then
Google's gotten better.
Yeah, Google has definitely gotten better. all I did was search.
No, you are not saying what you searched. Stop.
So, link in the description.
Yeah, link in description.
It was literally like the second fucking thing that popped up.
So how long ago was this? Was this like 2010 or
14 years
something?
ago
Like
in November.
2012?
14 years ago this month.
14 years
Bought
ago
Abridged?
this month. Oh, that's like 2000 fucking... Damn, dude.
That's-
Oh, wait, Tony, how old were you? How old are you?
28.
I'm 28. I'll be 29 in February.
28. Okay. I heard 20 something, but I didn't hear like the actual.
Yeah.
number.
14 years old.
Yep.
I respect that.
I
No, I respect
Lord.
it because as someone else who was slaved away with Movie Maker, this is for something entirely different. It's doing like just sports highlights, but I wanted to put graphics in, and I only knew how to do graphics in PowerPoint. And back then, you could only export PowerPoint videos as 7-second clips, and I had to do an hour show, so I had to put into Movie Maker a shit ton of 7-second clips, and of course, being Movie Maker, it would corrupt every 2 seconds
Yep.
when you try to
Yeah.
render
Yep.
it.
I mean, dude,
So
because
I feel your pain.
with Movie Maker, because they didn't have the layers. So like for me to do anything, I had to render the video multiple times if I wanted like music, background music, and all this other stuff. It was just a royal pain in the ass. But so that's kind of where I got started, and then shortly after, I got really heavily into Yu-Gi-Oh, and I played on a website called Dueling Network, and I ended up running into these two guys by the name of the 14th Number and Mckinley, and come to find out that they were abridging fans as well, and so they told me they were working on this Full Metal Alchemist abridgment that they were putting together. And so I went ahead and I joined the Skype audition group, and I ended up getting cast as Gluttony for that. And through random happenstance, Dogerex ends up being in the same group. I don't remember who he was cast for, but we had several group calls where we're just kind of shooting the shit and trying to figure out the direction we wanted to take it. And spoiler alert, it was fucking awful. It never actually got off the ground. We never got a first episode. We got a bunch of character teaser trailers that we all put up on our own channels, me included. I actually shared it to our executive producers last night, and they're like, "Yeah."
Did I ever see them?
No. I can show you after.
Oh
this
my
if you want.
god.
Oh,
I've
that's.
been
Oh,
with
you mean
you
like
for
Bakugan Abridged?
Dude,
Sorry, I have to
I've been
reference
with
that
you-
at least once an episode.
Hey, listen, once an episode. Bakugan Abridged was the greatest failed project to ever exist on this freaking planet, and no one can tell me otherwise.
I've been with you for 7 years and you've never.
Well,
shown it to me.
it's funny though, because I did all the sound effects. I even because like this was still pretty early in the internet days, so it was really tough to find good sound effects. And so there was one specific part of my character trailer where Gluttony effectively eats the camera, or Ed in this case. And so I couldn't find a good bone crunching effect. So I got an empty water bottle and just twisted it on my microphone and made the sound effect myself.
Nice.
This is 15 or 16 years old at this time. So
Did
it worked really well. It sounded great. And that's the only thing that sounded great.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah.
Next time, use
Modern
celery.
solutions.
Use celery.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
You think we have the budget
Yeah.
for celery?
Dude, that's just.
Kidding me?
I
We're
don't
not
know, man.
getting
I
the
just feel like
celery,
that's
so
a waste
how-
of
yeah.
celery.
So anyway, so Mikami, he ends up after the Full Metal Alchemist thing starts to kind of die down a little bit, he decides that I'm gonna host a one-shot contest, and I originally wasn't planning on taking part because again, I never wanted to edit an abridged episode ever fucking again. After our Prince of Tennis thing, oh god, it was awful.
You were using the worst editing software known to man.
Yeah, it was just nope, wasn't a good time. But anyway, so fast forward a couple days after that, and Dogerex shoots me up on Skype and asks me if I would like to do a Green Abridged with him. And at the time there was one or two Green Abridged, so I said, hey, that sounds fun. Let me give me a moment. let me look around, see if maybe Green is a good idea or not. And I watched theirs, and I'm like, yeah, these guys kind of did all the jokes that I was thinking of. Let's maybe do something else. So we decided to do Fully Cooley, or FLCL, Abridged. As that was when it was at its height of popularity, as it was airing on Adult Swim in the States. Yes. So that's what we did, and after 3 episodes of FLCL going on my personal channel, we decided that, hey, you know what? Let's do a joint channel. Well, what should we name it? And so we went back and forth for about a week trying to figure out what we wanted to name it, and we decided to take the first parts of each of our usernames. Phat, in my case, and Dog for Doger.
Dog.
Sorry. And then we had PhatDogStudios. And that's how that came to be. And so we started PhatDogStudios with episode 4 of FLCL unabridged. And the reason it's unabridged is because we actually had more episodes in our abridged series than the actual show itself. Yeah, we broke the finale into 2 episodes. And so to advertise the PhatDog channel, we actually uploaded episode 404 to the PhatTony account. Kind of a little nerd joke there. 404, page cannot be found, kind of thing was the joke.
Yes.
And so that's how PhatDog came to be. Sorry, it was a long-ass-winded answer.
You could be the first people to claim that you've done a anime convoluted as opposed to the abridged.
Yeah, well, that's true. And actually, it's speaking of that, we were actually the first group, we were the first abridgers to come up with, to have the various abridged universes that we have overlap. We actually did that before Purple Eyes, about 2 years before Purple Eyes, but we just didn't do as well, so it didn't catch on like his did.
Yeah, we do the same thing too with like our running jokes and stuff with DGF.
But
we literally had
ideas of an overlap, but we've never gone that far.
We did FLCL, and then we did a direct sequel to our FLCL, Soul Eater, and we called it Soul Eater: The CMB Files. The CMB being our in-universe, organization that went between the different series, and the CMB stands for Cosmic Maintenance Brotherhood. And like their whole thing was they were the regulators of the abridgers. Like the abridgers, i.e. us, were destabilizing all of these worlds by fucking with them because we were bored. And so their job was to go in and make sure we didn't completely destroy it. Like that was the whole
It was fucking genius.
Well, thank you. I personally think it was some self-inserty, edgy bullshit now, but
I mean, but we still have that going on.
That's true. Yeah.
We kept with the motif without even
realizing it. But we can't go into that because that's spoiler territory.
I mean, I didn't say what.
Yeah. So anyway, that's we can move on to the next one. Sorry, God, that was like a 10-minute answer.
So if anything, the next thing is since we're talking about like what you put into your work and stuff. What's like the workflow like?
How do you mean?
Like so for instance, compared to like for instance, we've managed to push out like episode 1 took a while, but we managed to push episode 2 out in a little over a month.
Oh, okay.
What's your workload like? Like, what do you guys? Because you guys put out a little bit more content than we do, as far as like on your YouTube
well, I mean,
channels.
we've also got I think I'm not really sure because I don't know your inner workings, but we've got a pretty big crew at this point.
It's mostly
how many
me.
people? How many people?
Oh man.
I wish I could check the server, but I can't. We have so many people that I literally can't tell you.
Not counting voice actors, we have. Let's see. Give me a second.
How many editors do we have?
So, I gotta think. I gotta use my fingers to count. Give me just a second.
Oh my lord. Yeah, because I think in pure workforce, like if you include voice actors, we have like 50 people who like help us make content.
I think just editors and writers alone, we've got over a dozen.
Like 12.
I would say.
That's a dozen, right?
Just a little
so
over
it'd have to be 13 to be over a dozen.
Yeah, we're
or 12.5 if you got if you got half an editor there as well.
We're getting closer to 20 than we are to 10 at this point.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
to kind of
wow.
give you an idea. And that's just editors and writers and directors. Voice actors, I mean, we've got, I'm not even going to try counting that. Because I wouldn't be able to do that and provide you guys with a timely answer.
I think we have like 20 something.
For voice actors? No, we got a lot more than that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure you guys have a lot more than
Well,
that.
I
That's a
mean,
lie.
like, it's really hard. Like, I
Yeah,
used
like I said,
to be able to check how many people were, like, in each role, but now that we have, like, over 1,000 people on our server,
We have over 1,500 people on the server.
It's really hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
By the power of Grayskull.
By the power of grace.
But as for
crazy.
our workflow,
yeah.
it can kind of depend. It depends on whose project it is, because like I said, we've got multiple directors, we got multiple kind of pokers in the fire. Just right now, our ongoing projects. We have Log Horizon, Slime, and One Piece as our current ongoing parody projects. That's not counting our original IPs or stuff that other parody stuff that I can't talk about. But
Yeah.
it can vary. For Log Horizon is definitely our most Log Horizon and Slime are definitely our most streamlined in that we can generally get a script done in a week. And then from there, depending on availability for voice actors, it can take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to get everyone recorded. Then it takes about a week to get all the lines cleaned up from our audio engineers, and then we go and take about 3 days to a week to cut them up and take our pick our favorite takes and then hand them off to the editor. And then if Ray is just going on a binge, he can bust an episode out in a week.
Fuffy. Fuffy.
What?
And
Fuffy
that's
is that
that's just
Yeah.
the visuals. Then we hand that off to
Yeah.
Calvin or Tess, our audio engineers. Calvin can bust things out depending on the length of the episode between a week and 3 weeks, depending on what needs to be done in the length of the episode. Slime episodes are a little less sound intensive than Log Horizon has been, so they can get done a little quicker. One Piece, that's kind of a special case because I'm the director for that one with Cody as my AD, Legend by Design. That one we take it purposely slow, as we want to make sure that we explore the options. We'll go back and we'll rewrite a scene, 8 or 9 times before we get it to where we want it to be. So that one can take a while. Like, prime example, episode 4 of One Piece, we originally wanted to get out for Cyber Monday this month, but we decided to push it back to January so that we could make sure it gets the TLC it deserves, especially with it being the finale of the series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
For
Yes,
One
One
Piece?
Piece. Episode 4 is going to be the finale.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
How long are the episodes? I don't watch a lot of One Piece
We
content,
have,
so...
because we're only... Have you seen our One Piece, first of all?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't
There's
watch
your first
any One
problem.
Piece
Go
content.
fucking
I'm not
watch
a
it,
big
you
fan.
dick.
Well, I'm sorry. Come outside. I don't know.
It's-
I'm not a big... Well, listen. I'm not a huge One Piece fan because the amount of episodes in that
See,
goddamn
that's the
series.
beauty. That's
you
the
know
beauty.
what? There's
of
going to be
ours,
less
is
in the
you don't
Abridged,
have
so
to
it's
be.
easier to watch.
You don't have to because we're
Yeah, I'll
only
watch the
doing
Abridged.
the Alabasta arc.
Yeah, we are only doing Alabasta. That's why it's only 4 episodes.
4 episodes. Yep.
How long is the Alabama?
It was the first real saga. I mean, the entire
It's about like 56
the entire
episodes.
arc is pretty damn long, but we're just doing it when they actually get to the Alabasta Kingdom. But I think you'd really like it because we've got 3 episodes out.
Yeah, and it's the first thing.
No, I'd probably really like it. I'd love it most likely. It's just like as a show, I don't like
and that's
One Piece
fine.
that much. I'm gonna get so much hate.
No,
for
it's
No,
But it's just-
I mean,
yeah.
shit. I haven't even watched all of One Piece, and I fucking love One Piece. Like, Chopper's my favorite
yeah,
character.
like
so.
don't get me wrong, I probably like it, but I'm a person who likes don't get me wrong, I like the journey. I love the journey of a story. I like the journey more than getting to the end. But like, goddamn.
Oh yeah, no. There is a lot of One Piece, and I agree it can be kind of daunting, and I kind of think that's one of the reasons that our One Piece has gotten little to no traffic when compared to like, for example, episode 6 of Slime has been up for a week, and it's gotten more views than all 3 of our One Piece episodes combined.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that.
Why do you think that? Why did you think that?
Because slime, first of all, is still super popular.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah, it's a great show. I'm waiting for season 2 to come
One
out
Piece,
already.
while popular, I just don't think a lot of people are.
It's a lot more popular to an older generation than a new.
And
so,
I just don't think there's a lot of interest in it right now, which is really disappointing because I really do feel that our One Piece episodes is some of our best content on the channel. Like, hands down, it is. And it's easier to be more consistent considering we have less episodes, but I do think it has some of the most consistent quality.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
and that.
What's
and,
it?
And,
so like,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say
No. Go ahead.
that
go ahead.
it's the first thing that I ever helped write.
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Chibi's one of the co-writers for that.
So
Oh
Yep,
fuck
and
yeah,
she
dude! Hell
voices-
yeah, man. What's that like? What's it like, Chibi, working with
working with me
everyone?
or just
Yeah. No, like, what's it like writing an abridged episode? How did it go? For you?
Sometimes it was frustrating because I'm not like a writer at all. Like I can't write to save my life. But I am really good with coming up with like good one-liners or like just coming up with random off the wall shit that most of the guys were kind of just like, what the fuck? I think I came up with a lot of the gritty stuff. Like,
Gotcha.
Specifically with Chopper.
Hardcore shit.
yeah, specifically with Chopper.
Because Chibi, she voices Chopper and Tashigi in our One Piece.
Okay, I'll find out who those people are when I watch it.
Okay, so
right.
Chopper is the furry.
Yeah, Chopper's the ranger.
I don't listen.
And I voice Mr. 2. You'll know who that is when you see him.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. Okay, cool. Dope. I'm excited. How long are the episodes? How long is, like, roughly?
It can vary.
average?
The first episode is pretty long because, like I said, we took like 18 episodes and a movie.
Yeah.
So the first episode is 18 minutes and 24 seconds.
Ooh, that's some good abridged
second
content.
episode-
Ooh, that's like
The second episode is 13 minutes and 23 seconds. The third
Okay.
episode is 15 minutes and 29 seconds. The fourth
Fuck
episode, I'm expecting to be probably around 20 to 25, possibly even 30.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god,
gonna be-
yeah,
it's
dude,
gonna
that's
be
that's
long.
hot. That's hot right there.
And I think you're gonna love, like, if you go to our One Piece thing and you're gonna see the first episode's thumbnail. Everyone else fucking hates it. I love this thumbnail.
No, it was fine.
You know what? I'll look at the thumbnail. Let me go to your
It was
channel.
fine
Hold on,
for
I'll
the
go to your
first
channel right now.
episode because I made the thumbnail and I was like, I hate it.
Playlist One Piece
But-
abridged. Let's look at this.
That
fucking
that
thumbnail. What is
pointing image.
Put it down, Steve.
It's great, isn't it?
I had to make that thumbnail, and
It's
For the
beautiful.
love of God. Oh yeah, you're the thumbnail
I
maker,
had
aren't
to
you?
stare at that for a good while because like we were messing with where the logo needed to go and like the flag going with the logo and stuff like that. Like we were kind of, and I had to stare at that for like the longest time, and he wanted to continue using that, and I'm like, please,
Yeah,
no.
I decided not to after the.
Well,
Cause, like,
no, you did for
Yeah,
just
we-
for
we-
episode 2.
we
but
did
then
we did for
changed it.
we did for a little while for episode 2, but like episode 2 was barely getting any views, and I was thinking maybe it's the thumbnail because people are seeing that and mistaking it for episode 1. So we decided to go with a different thumbnail going forward.
I want to change episode 1's thumbnail so bad. I want to change it to match the other ones because I feel like they look so much better compared to it.
Dude, it's such a meme. It's such.
Oh,
a
I know.
meme
The whole
thumbnail,
idea
too,
was to
like-
be an attention grabber. Like people see that, like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I'd probably, even with it not being a one, like even with me not like being interested in One Piece, I'll be honest, I have watched a couple One Piece, like a few One Piece content videos. Like I watched when he did Gear 4 for the first
Yeah.
time. I thought that was lit. You know what I mean? Like that was pretty fucking cool. And so like if I were like scrolling through YouTube, I'd probably click on that thumbnail. I'd be honest with you, I'd fucking click on that shit.
Yep, that's the whole
Probably
idea
get
right
really
there.
addicted
Was
to your series.
the thing is, though, is like what's really weird though. So before episode 1 got taken down due to copyright, it had been up for what was it, like a month, maybe
Something like that.
a month, and it was knocking on 500,000 views.
Oh my gosh.
So then we
Damn!
we re-upload it once we were done with copyright because the original got taken down, and now it's struggling to break 21,000 views or 22,000 views. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, This fucker's been up for 5 months and it's barely gotten this. What the fuck happened?
Something YouTube just
Tragedy.
decided. YouTube makes those decisions sometimes.
Yeah, so it's really kind of disheartening.
Well, we also thought at one point we had been shadow banned.
Yeah, that is
Like-
true. We thought we were shadow banned for a while.
Someone.
Does YouTube shadow ban people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Is
They did that with oh god, who's the huge fucking gamer that like the biggest guy on YouTube? What's his name?
PewDiePie?
PewDiePie. Thank you.
Why?
I'm awful with names. They shadow banned him for a short while.
How do you forget Pewdie? What?
I've never watched his
If you
shit.
don't watch
ever.
Tony!
gaming content, like
It doesn't matter. He doesn't even make gaming content
Yeah, he
anymore.
hasn't done gaming
Oh,
content in
really?
like years.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well, he
Yeah,
does gaming
like 3
content now
years.
with Among
He-
Us.
yeah, he is
And
playing
Minecraft.
Among Us, but he does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has not done.
But like he'll stream that. He'll stream it and then he'll have his editor put it into like a small funny video for like, you know, like it's not often. He does commentary reviews and like he just talks. Like he's like a
Yeah,
Okay,
he
alright.
just does like.
Yeah, see,
commentary,
I have, I've never watched any of his videos ever.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god, his content is honestly so fucking
Yeah.
good now. It is really
Well, it's you know.
I mean, I
There's a reason why he's
We'll,
number
we'll,
one.
we'll have to
Like, there's a reason.
we'll have to agree to disagree on that. I think.
Yeah.
No, shut
Yep.
the fuck up.
I'm kind of in.
Chibi
I
agrees
have
with
to
me, and that's all that
say,
matters.
I
She's on my
loved
side.
His gameplay back in the day, not gonna be wrong. Like, you know, not gonna. I loved his gameplay. That was something that I fell asleep to like almost every fucking night.
That's classic.
And
dude.
then he
Classic
stopped doing
YouTube.
gameplay and started doing what he's doing now. And like, I tried to get into it, but I was like, man, what I loved was the gameplay, and I'm trying to stick with you while you're doing something that you actually love, because he talked about how he just actually wasn't into the gameplay, but because people wanted to see him play games and that's all they wanted to see, he just like
want to see him play horror. It was horror games specifically was what he was getting
Yeah.
involved with. It was like, yeah, and it because he was like, you know, he was the pioneer of like everyone wanted him to play their horror game. You know what I mean? So people were just pumping out horror games on like Game Jolt and shit for him to play, and like it just got really like convoluted because it was like the same thing every other. And so like I remember when he was doing the transition though, like I remember how long it took like 2 years for him to transition from like gaming content to like like commentary
and
content.
that's kind of the time frame that we're looking at, 2-3 years from transitioning from abridged work to original work.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before we jump, I do want to ask, since we can kind of skip a little bit.
No,
to the
we
topic,
can't.
But no. I'm saying, like we'll skip through a little bit of like skip through time. God damn it, whatever. We're working with others, guys. What is it like? Who have you worked with? Who you've talked? Who have you talked to? Like who have you made some videos with and stuff?
Wow. Okay, so I get to name drop. I think one of the people that I've worked with that I love the guy, but he is one of the toughest people to ever fucking work with because the dude has the worst ADHD I have ever fucking seen, and that's Purple Eyes. Love the guy to death. Love him to death. But I hate working with him.
damn. Oh,
He's so tough to keep on topic. It's insane. Like fucking
But you're with me.
Recording, he makes you look sane.
oh, sure. I bet he does.
Having him recording just a handful of lines took over an hour because we kept getting off topic. Like
Oh,
again,
that's
I
cheating.
love the guy and he's great to talk to and I love hanging out with him. But getting a hold of him, A, is like finding a fucking unicorn. Just doesn't happen. And B, when you can finally get the guy in a call, getting him to stay on task. I can't think of a proper analogy, but you get where I'm getting. It's,
We have
I
one.
wonder if anyone else could experience
Oh
the
wow,
same
it sounds
thing.
wow. I wonder where I'm. I
Mason.
wonder where I'm getting that one from. That's so wow. Hey, don't look at me, man. This. That's not me. What are you talking about, man? Whatever.
well, another one of the guys that I worked with in the past, that I would really love to do more work with, but he's not really doing abridging anymore. The last characters that he voiced for, he voiced Yamcha for TFS, Falero specifically. Yeah,
No way.
he did some work with us back when we were doing Fairy Tail. he voiced one of the characters from Phantom Lord.
Yeah, but he also did.
And he also cameoed as his Edward Elric. Just like a tiny little cameo, and it's actually really funny. One episode after the other, we had Purple Eyes in the first episode, cameo showing up as his Lelouch, and then the very next episode we had Falero showing up as his Edward Elric. It was a fun time.
Nice.
But currently though, definitely my favorite guy to work with has got to be Scott Frericks, Kaiser Neko. Absolute sweetheart. I love just chatting with him, and he voices the king in our Log Horizon Abridged. He is Lindnessi's grandfather, and yes, Kaiser Neko.
Right?
Yep, Scott Frericks,
Yep.
Kaiser Neko. And he actually just recorded his last lines for the king. The king has his last episode in our upcoming episode of Log Horizon, and
Spoiler alert.
it's all right. It's but no, he's a not only just as a creative guy, but like as sort of he's a wealth of knowledge and experience, especially with all the stuff that he's learned with his time at Team 4-Star. Because we're kind of going that way where we're starting to get into original stuff, and making us an official LLC. Like that's all going to be happening here in the next 1 to 2 years. And so I've been, I pull him aside whenever he's available, because he's also super busy, to kind of just pick his brain and be like, hey, so, how do you guys do this? Like, what's the procedure for doing this? Is there stuff that maybe is not, readily available to be known? What tips do you have? And he's been nothing but just absolutely forthcoming with us. And it's really, it's kind of weird for me, because it's kind of like an ant making friends with an elephant. At least that was the analogy I made, when I was talking to him. And he goes, it's more like, you're friends with another ant, but they just have a big ass fucking anthill.
Dude, that must be so fortunate for you guys too.
Like I love
really
talking with the guy. And I mean, truth be told, I've always wanted to, have Antfish voice for us. Like, I cannot tell you how badly I want Dio to voice for us, but he's not doing Abridged work anymore. So I'm hoping maybe we can snag him for some of our original projects.
Ooh, wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It must be really nice to have Kaiser as like someone you can ask those questions, because that's what I remember when FanBase was first created. Sean was there for this. We wanted to do that. We wanted to make really awesome original content.
Yeah,
too.
it's tough though, man. It's taken us 10 years.
And then Fluffy joined, and he was like, no, it'd probably be smart to just do abridging, and if we want to do original content, we need to do it
well, I think
elsewhere,
original content needs to be related to the idea of the abridged, or it's not going to connect at all.
I'm not sure I agree with
that,
but we can go into that later.
Yeah. So we'll probably pick your brain eventually too. One of these months.
I'm always here as a resource. Just give me a call.
Yeah.
I would be overjoyed to help where I can.
Yeah, because just essentially,
that's
what
true.
I'm curious about because we talked a little bit, or at least you did, about this transition. This is a complete hypothetical. You don't have to give spoilers for all of your future plans, but if you could theoretically map out the transition into the ideal content that you could be making on your channel, maybe just some dream series that you've wanted to work on, what would it be?
That's actually very easy. In a perfect world, I would like for us to make the jump from, a parody abridged group online to a full-on multimedia production studio. And the first thing that I would love to do, if we had the funds, would be to actually fully animate one of our original IPs instead of it just having it be an audio manga or something to that effect. The other thing though, from an outsider thing, if Air Gear were to get the Full Metal Brotherhood treatment, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment. Thank you. Sorry. I would absolutely be beside myself with joy if we got the licensing and could dub that. Oh my god, I would lose my fucking mind.
All right, so just like that kind of just original stuff, but you obviously still have your roots in the stuff that you love.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. It's I never had a whole lot of luck getting picked up by bigger names, I guess you could say. So I basically pulled a Bender and said, "Well, fuck you. I'm gonna do my own thing with hookers and blackjack." Effectively, like that's kind of that's why we're here. That's where I'm at, because I decided, all right, I'm not having luck making the connections I want. So fuck it. I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah,
that's sorry.
I haven't really had much luck with that, though. I mean, I've not really tried much, but almost every time I want to audition for something for, like, a big name and, like, try to get out there more, they always end up closing their auditions early. And
Oh, yeah.
it pisses me off.
Story of Chibi's life right here, guys. I tell you what.
It's like, alright, I don't know if you guys know who this guy is.
I wouldn't give an example.
There was an animation that I wanted to audition for, and literally the moment I was getting up to go
Audition,
he closed his auditions.
because he got so many. He wasn't expecting so many auditions, and he's like, "Yeah, I got too many to go through. I'm just closing them early. Sorry, guys." So
Okay, so whenever she's about to audition, tell me when she plans to, and I'll do it a week before.
Oh hell no! What the fuck?
But yeah,
Like,
no, I don't want to out the guy, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it was like
Yeah.
a certain animator that does. I mean, I love his content. I just could not watch this newer
most
episode.
current one, because she's like, "Damn it, that could have been me."
Yeah, like I could. I mean, whatever. I'm pretty sure he'd go through all his auditions. To tell
Probably
you.
not. Probably not. But
But still, it was very, like, it gets frustrating. That and the fact that most people, like, oh, send in your demo reels. I don't have a fucking demo reel. Never have, and probably never will.
Oh no, we'll get you one. We'll get you one eventually.
So, like,
You gotta
we'll
make
get
one
you.
of
Yeah,
those.
Christmas
so, like,
is coming soon.
I get left out of a lot of, like, good big projects because of that, because they're wanting, like, a demo reel, or, they end up closing their auditions early or whatever. So it, like, I don't think I'm ever going to, like, there is one thing that I am wanting to audition for. It's, like, for a game. But, like, with how my luck with that is, I I'm hoping I actually get to audition for it. I don't even care at this point if I get the part or not. I just want to be able to audition at least, because I've never been able to actually audition for something, like, big like that. Because every time I tried, it's either you need a demo reel or they end up closing it. So I'm like in the same thing with Tony with the whole, like, well, fuck it. I'll just figure it out. And, I ended up voicing Emily for the Air Gear.
Yep.
And, I mean, started getting, I started voicing for a few other people. I voiced for a guy that did a Majora's Mask Abridged. I voiced Tattle, and started voicing for another guy who wanted to start out doing Fairy Tale, and I voiced his Romeo. Not the same one as Das's Romeo. It was a different Fairy Tale Abridger guy.
Yeah, Daz is awesome. Oh man, his
That was the one that I helped write, direct, and I voiced Natsu in.
Oh,
Yep.
wait.
Natsu,
what?
how's it going, guys? Yep, that's me.
I just had mind
It's
blown.
fucking amazing.
So, like,
I have no
I've been
idea.
able to, like, kind of move in but, like, actually being in, like, anything other than people that I'm affiliated with, like, Slap Happy Chaps. I know one of the guys that is in it, and, is one of the creators of it, and so he came to me and he was like, hey, so, like, we need to recast a character for our 7 Deadly Sins. And I was like, hey-o, cool. And he's like, can you, do you think you want to do Deanne? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do Deanne. She's fucking rad. And apparently, they've had to, like, recast her a few times, but, his cousin was like, hey, do you know
Someone consistent.
Yeah, do you know any voice actresses that are, like, consistent and that we could get a hold of, because ours is MIA and we don't know where she is? And he's like, I know 2 people, but I'm gonna go to this one person first. And he came to me, and it actually made me feel so fucking good. Because it was the first...
Loved and
Like,
appreciated.
other than Das, this is the other person that actually, like, came to me, and it wasn't because of, I think this typecast would be good for you. Like, with Das, he always typecasts me. He was like, I know you are consistent and that you do good work. I want you to be recasted for this character because you're good and not typecasting me.
Yeah, you get to do your own interpretation on it. They just want you as the actor.
But yeah, no. So there you go. Yeah, a little bit of knowledge there for you. You know, I help write and direct for that fairy tale, and I am the voice of Natsu and Mystican.
Link in the description.
No, we're gonna forget to put all these links in the description. Just pretend that they're there.
Go on, do it.
I am not gonna do Mystican's voice.
Please.
Hey, Macarizzle, how you doing? You doing good? Yeah, you're doing good. There you go.
Thank you very much.
I fucking hate that voice so much.
So just to touch back on, your whole drive of, like, you're essentially self-made, like, because people weren't giving you a chance, and, like, so you're like, well, I'm just gonna take the bull by the horns and go and just do the projects that I want to do, and so I don't know if you know the history of this server, but this server is essentially it started out essentially as a hype server for Mr. Prince. Basically just to, like, kickstart his voice acting career, but then it just evolved into so much more.
Well, there you go.
And
like, I want to voice a character. Yeah. So then he decided to make an abridged series, but he couldn't edit, and he wanted to bring on other writers, and so he made this whole server, and now he's the supreme overlord.
Well, there you go.
No.
Yeah, and he's such a great guy, and we wish he would have been on this podcast, but he's got to deal with stuff. But yeah, we evolved from just being this anarchic place to somewhere where we can actually try and get things done. And obviously our goal as well is to move into original content, and you are actually at that stage, or the beginnings of that stage, with your it's your first bit of original content, isn't it? It's check.
Yep.
So could you give us a bit more info about that?
Yeah. So check. So funny story actually. So the kind of running meme or gag among our fans is I'm a salty bastard, and while there is some degree of truth to that, I used to be a lot fucking worse. In my younger days, I was just angry all the time, and I was not the easiest person to get along with. And to Darkon and Doger, if you're listening to this, I don't know how the fuck you guys put up with early day Tony. Like, Jesus, man, you guys have the patience of saints.
They're Canadian.
Right,
so.
Yeah, there you go. That must be it. So I have had, and still kind of do have, but it was much worse back in the day, severe road rage. Nowadays, it's just, I bitch about people not using their fucking blinkers.
Oh, I mean, it's still pretty bad.
Oh, no, it's nothing compared to the early days. But anyway, so there were some really fucking stupid people on the road, and I got home one day after that, one particular really bad day of that, and I get into a call with my buddy Darkon, and I start going off on this fucking rant about how stupid people are, and how I pray they don't fucking breed. Like, we don't need them infesting this world with, dipshit mouth breathers like they are. Like, I went off on this whole fucking tangent. Like, why doesn't the government step in and control who can and cannot have kids and all this other junk? And, like, it was a much more well thought out rant. But anyway, I get done with it, and Darkon goes, yo, dude, that could totally be like an anime or something. And so for the next 3-4 months, we're constantly, like every call we have, we're just talking about check. Or it didn't have a name at the time, but we were talking about that specific idea and just kind of building on it. And we didn't write any of this down. In fact, we still remember everything that we didn't write down, though. Like, that's how much time we spent talking about this. And over time, it sort of developed into what we know as check. And, you know, it was going through all the characters, figuring out the world, and doing the soul-crushing amount of research. Because one of the things that we want this to be is we want it very specifically to be science fiction and not science fantasy. And there is a very important distinction between those two. Science fantasy being stuff that, like, you saw in, like, Star Wars, where it's, you know, they got, you know, interstellar travel and faster than light speed and all that junk. That's science fantasy, not fiction. Fiction meaning it still has some grounding in reality. And, so after that, you know, all that research, we finally started getting the world built and started trying to find an artist. And we've been through 3 or 4 different artists as time have gone on. You know, they just weren't good fits for one reason or another, until finally, we got to, you know, current day PhatDog, where, we actually had the funding to pay the artists, because back in the day, it was more of a promise to pay, or we can pay you, but it will be significantly less than what you would like, but we can pay you more once we actually have something to show for it, and we can get people to kind of invest.
This was before the Patreon.
Yeah, this was before Patreon was a thing.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how Check all started. But as it is now, it is a kind of a post-apocalyptic utopia or dystopian future.
Yeah.
And you know, the Earth's population is at half of what it currently is, or what it was, depending. Yeah. And you know, there will be reasons that, you know, will be revealed as to why that is, but effectively to stop history from repeating itself. The governments of the world banded together to make a world government, and they started mapping out the whole human genome and started fucking around with the gene pool. Designer babies, I guess you could call it, which is currently an actual thing that is actually happening with CRISPR. That's actually a thing.
If you think of like, if you've ever seen was it Mobile Suit Gundam Destiny, or that, like, they actually did something like, there's something similar to that where babies are you can mess with the genes of babies and make the perfect child that you want, like hair color, eye color, you know, like freckles, whatever. And that, like, that's the one thing that I like about Check, is it reminds me, because that's like one of my favorite Gundams. So,
that's a real thing now too. You know that, right? Like, that's
even now, designer babies using what's called CRISPR.
Yeah.
You know, where
is that the technique? Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Gene editing.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, dude. Like, I think that's
gene editing.
It's terrifying.
Gene editing was already a thing before CRISPR, but CRISPR was something that they discovered recently in the last decade.
Yeah.
And basically what it is because with gene editing, you had to do it from the ground up, meaning you couldn't do it on a live specimen. With CRISPR, you can do that. It's programmable, and it will do it, and it won't completely destroy the host. That is something. It blew my fucking mind when I discovered this, and I'll never forget the day that I found out about CRISPR, because like we had already been working on Check and the whole gene editing thing, and then I find out about CRISPR, and I'm losing my fucking mind at this training that I have at my work, and not 10 minutes later, after this fucking euphoric high I'm having, because I'm like, oh my god, the shit I am writing about is becoming real.
Reality. Yeah, dude.
And like, I was losing my fucking mind, and then not 10 minutes later, my boss comes in, he goes, hey guys, we all lost the contract, you guys will be laid off in 2 months.
Oof. Oof.
So from one end of the spectrum to the other, like,
That's like the universe just going like, okay, here's a good thing, but in order to balance this out,
Dude,
you know, sorry.
I wish that CRISPR was a thing back in the 90s. That would have been great.
But yeah, so
if I could have been a designer baby where I didn't have the health issues that I had, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Like,
So with the world of Czech, with designer babies as we call it, everyone has a fast metabolism. In fact, fat people are kind of a rarity.
Oh,
This is awesome.
world.
I want in.
Me too.
I want in.
Me too. Me too.
Everyone, basically everyone's hot. In the
I want to be hot.
in the conventional
So it's like an anime.
sense. Yeah, well, yeah, but
Yeah, but at least in anime you could have a fat character.
yeah, but in this
That's true.
there's an actual scientific reason for it. So the common cold is effectively gone. STDs don't matter anymore because like, oh, what's that? You got herphosyphilades? Here's a shot. You're good.
Can we get on the shirt, please? Herphosyphilades. Get that on the shirt.
You just stole my herphosyphilades, bitch.
So, and people, they are incapable of having children. Like they still go through their period, or not period, sorry. They go through their
Menstruation.
no, not that. They go through their oh my god, I am brain farting
sex
so hard.
thing?
Puberty. They go through their puberty.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god. Yeah, so
Sorry.
they go through puberty still, but they aren't able to have kids. And one of the other things though is that when the women aren't on the drugs they need to be able to have the children, they actually don't have a menstrual cycle. They
Oh,
don't
God.
have a period.
That would be great.
But the caveat being is you don't get to pick if you get to have children. It's done completely randomly by a totally fair and not rigged lottery.
With your
Totally
it's your
fair.
social security, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe. We'll see.
Oh yeah, this is what we. Yeah. Duh.
So yeah, it comes back to the dystopia thing. On the surface, things are fucking great. Quality of life is awesome. Everyone is happy. But if you go past the surface and actually look around for a little bit, things aren't always that great.
it's not so free. Yeah, it's not so
Exactly. Yeah. So it's sort of like in the name of survival and prosperity, certain freedoms had to be forfeited.
I'd be okay
And
with
so once you reach that point, though, you know what freedom is one freedom too many. But then when you reach that point, when you start deciding, hey, I want my previous freedom back, that's now such a radical thing that you're now looked at as a terrorist. Yeah. So it's kind of like that's the whole premise of it, and we're really excited to get this off the
So
ground.
I'm not sure if they asked already, but I did have this question. Did you ask like why the name Czech? Have you asked that already, guys? Because I had to go to the
Yeah.
restroom secretly.
No, that question hasn't been
Okay, so
asked.
why the name Czech? Why that name?
That's kind of a simplistic answer, honestly. But you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, that's not a bad thing.
So the whole idea of Czech is that there's going to be a lot of chess motifs to it.
Oh.
In that there is, you know, going to be a lot of strategy and planning out between the various opposing sides, you know, the antagonists and the protags and what have you. Where our main character, Haseo, starts off effectively as like a pawn, right? And one of the things with chess is once you get to a pawn to the enemy side, they can promote themselves to a more powerful piece. And so that's kind of a metaphor for Haseo, as he starts off as kind of the worthless Joe Everyman that is more of a burden than anything.
Me.
And so Czech is kind of hits a lot of different angles, and that's kind of why we went with the name.
I thought you were about to say it hits different. I was like, yo.
Yo, it hits different.
It just hits different, bro. It just the name just hits different.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
so
thought.
it's
For
you know there were
therefore,
several different ideas for
each,
names, but Czech just kind of felt right, you know.
Yeah, that's dope. That's great.
so for like each it's like for each section, like would you like call it like for example knight to e4 or something like that? Or
That's
you wanna
actually
go
a
with
really good idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Okay, then does that mean I get a writing credit?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Oh shit.
Well,
How
it's
about-
see, I'm See, I can't make the decision by myself because the other writer is Darkon, so I will run that idea by him. But that is actually a really
call
fun
back
naming
to a later
convention.
episode. We'll go ahead and we'll make Sean an executive producer.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, I actually really like that's a fun naming convention. We might actually use that. We'll see.
What was the naming convention? What was it? What did he like? What was it exactly? I just heard him.
Chess
So like
move
night.
names.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Instead
I
of
thought
like
so. I was
instead of like chapter 1, it could be like pawn to whatever. Like,
Oh, that is
I like that.
yeah, Sean,
Yeah,
you're a
that
genius.
is
Good job,
cool.
bro.
I really like that idea. That's fun.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Dude, what else? Oh man, I wanted to. Oh, there was. Yeah, sorry, Sean. Go ahead. You first.
No, I was gonna say, like, are you allowed to talk more about the characters?
Yes.
I mean, it's
absolutely.
his freaking story. I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
but
I know there are,
There are
know,
certain things
things
that
that
I
we
won't
can't talk
mention,
about.
Oh
obviously.
my god,
for
thank
spoiler
God he has a
reasons, but
character named Karen in here. Fuck yeah.
I do.
Very bitchy.
Yeah?
Hell yeah. Yes.
And she is the manager.
Yep, she is the manager. She has transcended.
Wait a minute. This goes against the simulation.
Transcendent time.
In a world where Karens can become the managers.
Yeah, so that was
God.
kind of the joke.
It is a
That-
dystopia.
You know what? I do have a question that I'd like to ask. So
What's that?
I think I asked you this in DMs before, but I guess it'd be better to have like a voice to voice. So
Sure.
So it's not a audio drama. This is like a visual audio drama, right?
Yeah, so it's audio manga
Yeah,
with like
manga
minor
audio.
animations here and there.
Oh, like tweening.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean.
Hmm?
I just had to. I didn't know we were not done talking about characters, but talk
Oh,
more
shit.
about
Sorry.
characters.
All right, so I guess so. We've already talked about Haseo. He's our main protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the duotagonist, effectively like the secondary lead, and that's Tetra. And Tetra is a fun character. She's also from what I've gathered, she is the fan favorite in terms of the thirsty crowd.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Whoa,
so,
yeah, she is.
Let me see her.
But
I mean, I wasn't
Like,
thirsty right
she's-
now, but I gotta get some water
Tetra?
real fast.
She's-
Ooh, woo.
she's
I mean,
a-
I got my big
she's-
64-ounce jug right here.
She's a hot albino girl.
yep,
Like,
she is. She is albino.
Can I voice her?
But yeah. But
you're gonna have to fight me first.
but yeah, so
Colors, you are better than Thunder Muffin. Like, I'll do it is not your catchphrase. Sorry. Carry on, Tony.
so Tetra's character, she's actually the leader of the main group, the main protagonist group that is goes by the name of Quantum Roots.
Mm-hmm.
And she is kind of a practice in duality, in that there are how some anime characters, they've got the rounded eyes, and then the other characters have like the sharpened kind of more rectangular eyes with more edges. So she's gonna be rocking both of them, not at the same time obviously, but so she's got the rounded eyes where she's just kind of, she's got the
Cutesy.
not cutesy and just kind of laid back and just going about normal day stuff. And then we have what is going to be in universe, like the characters are going to notice the tonal shift with her, as they're going to be known as the commander eyes, where her eyes get much more angular, and it's like, oh shit, commander eyes are out. It's we gotta take her seriously. We can't. She will fucking kill one of us if we fuck with her right now.
This is not a drill.
Dude, that's a really
Yeah.
cool artistic choice to do. I haven't seen that before. That's really cool. I like that.
I've only seen it once, and that was Gundam Seed Destiny.
Yep. So then we have actually the first fully named and thought out character, Lily, and she is she's basically kind of the beacon of hope, the reminder of what the group is fighting for, as she's a child, she's a little 7-year-old. That was kind of thrust into a world that she definitely should not be a part of due to some unfortunate side effects of Tetra's actions.
Yeah.
And so the reason that she was kind of the first character that was fully fleshed out and named was because we realized that the world that we were writing at the time, before any real characters had names, was fucking dark and really bleak and depressing. And we were getting depressed writing it. And we realized there is no fucking way these people would be able to operate like this without fucking offing themselves. So we need to give them something to ground them in reality and make them not suicidally depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what necessitated Lily.
Gotcha.
And so she is a hugely important character to check. And I cannot wait to go through all of the auditions for her.
She's basically like the, if I'm trying to correlate, My Hero Academia, the little girl they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Eerie.
Yeah,
She's like
she's
that.
kind of like that, yeah.
Dude, hell yeah. That's great. That's awesome.
But,
speaking about not
and
keeping
she is, and actually that's actually a really, really apt comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you got the traumatized child and it kind of coming out of her shell and kind of, that's strangely,
That's
great
it's
analogy.
almost-
eerie.
Great,
yeah,
great
eerily
comparison.
accurate.
Dude, awesome. Dope. Hell yeah. What were you going to say, Sean?
Did you
I
just
was
clap
gonna say,
for your own announcement?
speaking of characters that keep this place from being in a depression minefield. I was looking through the audition sides earlier, and someone caught my eye. Tucker Mckinley.
Yeah,
I was about to say you're gonna say Tucker, aren't you?
yeah, I love Tucker. He's definitely one of my favorite characters to write for. His look was actually loosely based off of the combination of what's his name?
Kurtz Weber.
Thank you, Kurtz Weber from Full Metal Panic and Edward Elric.
Yeah.
I was going to say Edward
thought you were
Elric.
gonna
I was
say
like, if you
Ed.
didn't say Edward
So-
Elric, I was about to get pissed.
Yeah, no.
So he's a full metallurgy of
yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
I mean, and the funny enough is voiced by the same guy. So
yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry to point this out. We're looking at the doc right now, and I can see you in there, right? I see PhatDog because you're looking at it. But there's 9 other people looking at this doc currently. It's just,
Oh yeah.
there's people auditioning, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, I was genuinely surprised with the amount of interest that people were showing. I mean, to kind of put it in perspective, man, I would have been happy, and I was hoping for at least 50 auditions. We
Really?
reached that within the first 24 hours.
I feel like you hold yourself to too low of a level.
I have a very low self-esteem.
Dude, you're amazing.
yeah, we both do. We're like one of that couple that like we both have self-esteem issues, but like we try to like raise the other person's self-esteem. Like so
No.
it's like
Very wholesome.
Very
one day it'll be me, and then the next it'll be him. So it's like an ongoing battle of who's the one that has the worst self-esteem issues.
Yeah. It's like, no, shut up. You are awesome.
Seriously.
And then, yeah. So,
Because like I seeing how many people is in this right now and how many people have auditioned. I mean, the last I heard was what
we're in the triple. I'm not going to give an exact number, but we're in the triple digits.
Yeah, so the last I heard was that, and I actually had like a mental breakdown because of it. I mean, it was like a mixture of Tony talking about it all the time and not being on my antidepressants in the past like 2 days. So like it really got to me to a point where I freaked the fuck out, and I was like, please quit talking about it. I don't want to hear this shit no more. I'm fucking freaking out, man. Like I was literally
Excitement.
freaking out.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like really.
She wants to audition.
I want to audition, but at the same time, especially with a lot of the people that we've had it thrown their way, like a lot of like professional people, I'm not like.
And I'm gonna say this because she already knows it, so it's not gonna be like a new shock. But we've actually had, specifically there was one person who auditioned who does audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was incredibly surprising that we're getting some of the audiobook crowd.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's awesome.
like I'm just not enthusiastic at all. Like even though the character that I really want to voice is not a part of the casting right now, but at the same time it's like, well, I mean, you might as well just, audition for as many characters and see what happens. And I'm just not enthusiastic at all. And like seeing as many people that was in it, it's freaking me out again.
Oh my God,
freaking out.
down.
I'm like, oh
Calm
God.
down.
I don't even remember
You
when
know
the
what?
cutoff date is, and I'm freaking out even more.
You know,
Like,
That's
that's
something. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Sean. I got one more question about Czech,
Sure.
at least for me. Speaking of the audiobook stuff, since you brought it up, what do you feel? How would you feel about being able to get that stuff on like places like Audible and stuff like that? Was that like a goal for you? Like now that you brought it up, or
The problem with that is that Czech has been is and has always been written with the expectation that there would be a visual medium, as there are certain characters that we have that to fully appreciate what it is they do and bring to the table require visual aid. So
you know what? There's one person that I know of. I'm not like a personal acquaintance of them. I'm in their Discord server. But there's one animator that I think would probably have a blast making this their first real project if you ever reached out to them. She's a huge she's not I wouldn't say she's huge. She's friends with like like Jade Animations, Domix, those guys. Her name is it Giga? Yeah, it's Ginga Ninja. She's
It sounds
Ginja Ninja is what her
Ginja?
name is.
well, it's not a lack of interest, mind you. It's a lack of funding.
No, I understand. It's just so here's the thing. Her goal as a YouTuber, or her goal as an animator, what she wants to do one day is, I think why she's working so hard on YouTube right now and doing so many animation projects for other YouTubers and stuff like that. Like she does animation videos for like Sweeto Tunes and Richu and stuff. Yeah. She does.
Wait, did she do like his music videos?
Yeah. Okay. So for instance, the song that we use for our intro for Tower of God, that's a Sweeto Tune song that she animated the whole music video for.
I kind of haven't. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'll just name the Sweeto Tune. This is so important, right? It's so involved in the conversation. I promise.
But I've listened
I'll
to his
save you.
music and I've seen the animated videos to them.
Yeah,
so.
it's I'll Save You. That's the name of the music video, and it's the turn out the
yes,
night
yes,
sky
yes.
and
Yes,
I'll save
yes.
you. Yeah, she's the one who animated that whole music video. That's her.
Really?
Yeah. So that's
It's
how
so
I found her,
good.
because I'm a huge fan of Sweeto Tunes, and so her whole goal after watching like her video, like she has like a story time video that she posted like a year ago. Her whole entire goal as an animator right now is she's building up a repertoire. She wants to start her own animation studio and like make movies and shows. Like that's her whole entire goal as a person right now.
Us.
So if you ever wanted to work with someone, like ever reach out to someone and like that, she'd probably have like a field day with something like this if you ever.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, and I would absolutely, if we ever reached a point where, like, truth be told, if we reached 5,000 a month on our Patreon, I would probably feel comfortable trying to fund that.
Mm-hmm.
But
How many people you got on your Patreon now?
people or amount?
People.
111.
Impressive.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. We have none.
We
So-
we got a grand total of
Patreon.
fuck
We're
all.
not making money.
Sorry.
so congrats.
Sorry about that.
Dude, that's really cool. Though. Like seriously, like if you guys ever want to like get something animated, I'd recommend go to her. Her animation is so fucking cool.
Yeah, I know.
And, like,
they're
yeah.
great.
It's really
Animation
talented. She's really
costs
talented.
money, and you don't want to not be able to pay for something, even if like you could get it done.
Yep, that's the important part is, that's
Yeah.
why it took us over 10 years to get to where we're at with Czech, because, we wanted to make sure that the artists we brought on, we could pay them and pay them well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another cool thing, see the cool thing about it is that you have, since you have so many ways, and this is like your first official paid, how are you expecting, I'm sorry, Sean, that I keep on bringing up more questions. how are you guys looking to get, because you're paying people to do this, so how is money going to come back from making it?
Well, our ad revenue has been actually kind of blowing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just on average, we're almost into 4 digits a month on average.
No, 4 digits a month. Ooh.
Is that with or without the decimal
Without
in the middle?
the decimal.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that's kind of, and what we're going to be doing so that it reaches as much of an audience as possible is I'm going to be taking out ad space on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for Check's episodes when it comes out.
Nice.
And truth be told, we're still gonna test the waters. Like, it's not a guarantee that this is gonna be a audio manga through and through. You know, we're gonna be testing it with 1 to 3 episodes, and if they can't pay for themselves within 6 months, then we'll probably go to just purely manga and put it on. Oh my god, what's that manga site called? Webtoons.
Webtoons?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. That's such a genius idea.
So we have
Webtoons.
a backup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be going on Webtoons regardless.
No, I was about to say you should put it on Webtoons regardless.
Yeah, it's going on Webtoons regardless. But if the money isn't there to pay for all the extra bells and whistles, the full dubbing and score and editing, then we're just gonna go back to having it be purely manga.
Yeah.
And then it will just go to Webtoons exclusively with little update videos on our YouTube channel saying, "Hey, new chapter's out. Go check it out."
Yeah,
like,
on our
like
Discord
puts it on
server.
Webtoons, gets rights bought by Crunchyroll. New anime comes out on Crunchyroll.
That'd be pretty baller. I'd be okay with that. And the cool
It's a
part
really
though is
unique story.
and the cool part is that it's like hey guys, we've already got the voice cast for it.
Yeah, no, that was the one thing that, because we had talked about it being made into anime, and I'm just like, the only way that I feel comfortable with this is because we have cast people, like if, we continued, I wouldn't want to hear, Sean Schimmel voicing
Haseo
or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I would want the people that's already voicing these characters and that have grown an attachment to them to be voicing them in the anime. I feel like that would be the only way it would feel right.
Yep, and that would be, that would be awesome if they came and approached us for it. But my one stipulation that I would not bend on was we reserve all creative control. That means casting the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
If you can't agree to that, sorry, we're gonna have to decline.
Casting is something I want to touch on there because, obviously you guys have got a fantastic roster of voice talent already.
Yeah.
And obviously you've worked with other people, and I was kind of shocked that you're opening up essentially the lead roles to people who aren't on your roster.
Yep.
or to new people. And is that just because you want absolutely the best possible voice to bring these characters to life?
That's part of the reason. It's actually there's multiple reasons for that. So the first and foremost, the most important reason, and this was kind of the underlying one, more so than just trying to find the perfect voice for it, was that we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for our fans, if it wasn't for all the people who enrich our lives by watching our stuff and giving their thoughts and joining our Discord. Like, I can't even count the number of conversations I've had with our fans and how incredibly generous they are with our patrons, and plus, the ad revenue they bring to our channel by watching our stuff as well. That is huge. And so without them, we literally would not be able to afford Miki. She does great work and she deserves to get paid well.
Yes.
So
yes, I've been saying that for years. So she needs to be paid like the toppest dollar you can pay.
And even now, I would prefer to pay her more than we currently are, but we can't afford to do that. But with that said, so I wanted to make sure that, again, so one of the core values of PhatDogStudios, one of the things that Doger and I decided on when we first founded the channel was fan interaction as much as humanly possible. Because one of the things that that was not very easy to do back in the first generation of abridging was getting that interaction with your favorite creators. It was next to impossible because so many people were clamoring to talk to these guys, and it got to the point where, like, I feel like they just stopped trying, which, nothing against them, but that's just, it kind of made you feel like an outsider looking in. And so on the very few times, and I can literally count this on the number of times on one hand that we got any sort of actual direct interaction rather, from our favorite creators, and it was just a simple acknowledgement of our comment, like a like, or a reply, even if it was just no, that's not actually how we do it. Like, just even something that simple, just the simple acknowledgement that, hey, they saw us, was enough we were over the fucking moon.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
so it made us feel like we were a part of the process, even if we really weren't. We didn't feel like we were the outsider looking in. We felt like, hey, we're here. We may not have a hand in this directly, but kind of indirectly. And the feeling was kind of indescribable. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't see enough of that. And it really sucked for us personally as fans, so we decided, you know what? This is one of the things that we're going to do to make us stand out. Not just because it will make us stand out, but because we want people to feel that over the moon feeling that we felt those few times that our favorite creator interacted with us. And so that was a core tenet that we've held all this time. And we've done everything we can to do that. And so this is taking that to the next level. Even if they don't get cast, the fact of the matter that they get the opportunity to audition is kind of my way of giving back to the fans. Like, hey, thank you so much for all the support you've shown us and that you have allowed us to reach this point that we can do this. So if you want to audition and you feel like you have a genuine chance, go for it. Who knows? You might actually be cast and become an actual PhatDog. And on top of that, instead of just becoming a PhatDog, you're getting paid for it to boot. You can have this be on your portfolio or your resume. This could be the start of your voice acting career.
Fucking yeah, I could drink to fuck at that, dude. Holy yeah, dude.
Woo.
So,
absolutely.
So that's the main reason. And the other reason, of course, is we wanted to cast as a huge net as possible. And for certain characters, we left kind of vague instructions on, like, the general area that we wanted, but we didn't give specific instructions like, oh, we want this person to have an accent, or, oh, this person needs to sound like Sean Connery, or just something like that. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't give specific examples because we have found that the more eyes you have, the more fresh perspectives you have, maybe you're going to get someone that has an interpretation of this character that you never thought of, and it just is fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened with Kuhn. Oh my god, that's exactly what happened with Kuhn and Brian.
Brian came in and was like, "Hey, here's this beautiful rendition of the character."
Oh
Exactly. Yes. So
I love it.
And so that was the reason that we did that, because and I want to make it very clear that even though we are holding open auditions, that does not mean we won't cast one of our regulars that we have relied on in the past. It just means that there's the possibility that other people could do it. It's not here purely because we're looking for new blood. It is here because we want to find the best suited role.
Yeah. All right. Fuffy, you got one more thing to add, bro?
Well, I was just going to jump in, and I wanted to go back in time a little bit in the conversation and ask about monetization.
Sure.
And how both that and copyright on YouTube really fast. I just wanted to ask, like, how are you able to?
Okay, so this is kind of an interesting
and what's
thing.
the battle like?
Well, so first of all, we PhatDogStudios is part of an MCN. Effectively, it's a company that's partnered with YouTube that brings people under their umbrella so that they can monetize their channel if for whatever reason YouTube says no, even though you meet the requirements, we don't think your channel is right for YouTube.
I think that happens with a lot of anime related
yes, it
things.
does. So the MCN, they take a portion of what we make each month, and in exchange we are able to actually monetize, and they fight our legal battles for us. So specifically, they have a direct line to YouTube, and if YouTube is pulling shenanigans, then they go, hey, Stop that shit.
YouTube? No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank
Exactly.
YouTube.
Exactly.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. So when our channel was deleted because of copyright abuse, it was our MCN that brought. What did you do?
I almost fell.
Don't do that.
Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Don't do that.
GB, stop.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to move in this chair and I almost fell.
All right. So, but one of the caveats is that every video that we upload, if possible, has to be monetized. We are not allowed to turn off monetization. That is in our contract.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So, with that said, even though it is technically supposed to be a fan-made non-profit project, because we're a part of an MCN, if there is no copyright claims on the video, it gets monetized.
Wow.
And so
That's surprising that YouTube
so-
can have that go through.
yeah, and so well, because most of the time these, unless you're like huge like Team 4-Star, and even they monetize their abridged episodes when they can. I mean, literally every large name abridged YouTuber that you can name, the Schmucks, Something Witty, oh my god, Team 4-Star, Little Karibo, Purple Eyes, some other ones that I am forgetting, Takahata, Antfish,
FanBase.
FanBase.
I was saying what we were all thinking.
They monetize their abridged episodes when they can. Obviously, it's kind of a losing battle, but when they can.
Yeah.
But like, so for example, Slime is actually a really interesting case here. So with a lot of our abridged episodes, they will be claimed by bots, and the bots will be like, "Hey, this anime belongs to so and so you can't monetize this," and we are totally okay with that. We're like, "Nope, it deserves to go to the creators. It's all fucking yours. Have it. As long as it's viewable, we're not gonna fucking fight you."
Mm-hmm.
But Slime is owned by Bandai, and Bandai are a bunch of fucking cocksuckers.
Damn.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so what they did was to try and game the system, they blocked it everywhere except Japan. Because, and I'm not sure if you know this, but with YouTube bots, if they block it worldwide while you are disputing that bot claim, the video actually becomes viewable until there is a decision made. Bandai didn't like that, so they blocked it everywhere except Japan, which means because it's not blocked worldwide while we're disputing the claim, it's not viewable anywhere except Japan. And it also makes it really, really difficult to fight the copyright on it, or at least it did, until YouTube actually started doing their fucking job. But because of that, because they were blocking it everywhere except Japan, we disputed every bot claim they had. But that was the only bot claims on the video, meaning as soon as the bot claim was gone, the video's monetized, and it's one of our most viewed videos. So that is just raking in the ad revenue.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Just because they're so harsh on it, that means that because you fight
Yeah, they're
to get
fucking
around
themselves
that,
out of
just
ad
because
revenue.
you want to get it out,
Yeah,
that
they,
it then can be monetized.
it's fucking ironic. They're kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in that respect.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to try Demon Slayer again?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I'm down. I mean, Schmuck Squad's
and-
gonna kick our ass.
And
they
I
stole our
want to
food.
go on record here, guys. If you guys are ever having issue with copyright, come talk to me.
Yeah, see, when we released Demon Slayer 1, episode 1, it was actually Izzy who helped us out.
Izzy helped us out initially. I found that we were kind of getting picked on, and that the information he was giving us actually wasn't enough. So I had to do a lot of legal research, and I've got actually a bunch of shit depending on what the claim is and specifically how to fight it. Word to the wise: don't ever fight an audio claim. You're not gonna win.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, don't ever fight audio claims. They're a completely different beast. And even if, like, for example, in one of our Log Horizon episodes, at the end, we have a turn down for what joke, where it's, the turn down for what, blah, da, 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 kind of thing.
Yeah.
That got claimed. And the weird part is, that song specifically is actually listed under the songs that are okay to use under YouTube's guidelines.
Dude, we have a video, our sword art. We use the same.
We use the exact same song,
And it's fine.
We use more of the song in that than we did in the Log Horizon, and for some reason they're like, no. So
That's stupid.
yeah,
Sorry, there was just something that just reminded me of something that you did in I can't remember which Locker Rising episode it was, but is one of the more recent ones, where I was listening to it and I was like, hang on, is that a jazz rendition of the Star Wars soundtrack?
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
God.
was that essentially you just going, fuck you, copyright strikes?
No, actually not really. Because that was the episode where the people of the land got access to the internet and a Twitter account, and they were all about Star Wars. And so that was kind of the motif of the episode. So they were at a ballroom, and this is just after them discovering Star Wars. So the fucking orchestra is playing a jazz rendition of Star Wars as their ballroom dancing.
And I think it was also a cover, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was also a cover. So that was actually that was kind of the motif of the episode.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't like a
I mean,
meta,
it can be,
like,
if you want it to be.
a
Sure.
meta, like, middle finger.
it was an unintentional middle finger. There you go.
Did that episode come out when Star Wars was like?
Yeah, but when it was coming out with all the new movies. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like
if Kingdom Hearts can do it, then we can do it. I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
Kingdom Hearts
Fair
2,
enough.
Sean. Get him,
Kingdom-
Sean.
Kingdom Hearts 2
Yeah.
with their fucking lightsaber bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, any more questions?
No, it's just touching on that as well, like, as a way to, like, because we knew that, like, copyright was going to be an issue when we first started doing the Demon Slayer back in the Sony arc.
Sony arc.
Yeah, that was before we got cancelled.
Oh.
Is that we were going to have a reference in there to the Make a Man Out of You thing, which has been done so many times, and we were just going to cock tease it. And then so there'll be like a training montage, like if you've seen Demon Slayer, there's the training like montage in episode 3.
I actually
believe.
have
It
not
goes
seen
through 3
Demon
and
Slayer
4.
at
It
all.
goes through 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I've not even seen the original Demon Slayer.
I've seen
It's
a
really
few
good.
episodes, but after that we had started moving, and I kind of forgot it existed for.
That's
It's
you know,
okay.
maybe we watched that. I actually
You
wouldn't
should
mind
watch
seeing
it. I definitely say it's a really
you
good
said
fucking
you didn't
show.
like the animation.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. You said
What?
You didn't like the
I
animation.
don't remember
The
that, but
animation's gorgeous. You
Demon
crazy,
Slayers,
bro.
that's the one
Well,
thing
I
that's
guess
so
it's
beautiful.
the style of animation that they
Okay, I
use.
get
I
that.
think is you just didn't like the style. Like you.
My
tried
man's
watching
over
it.
here, like he's downing One Piece content like it's a fat chode. I don't like the animation style of Demon Slayer.
I mean, I don't really down One Piece all that much, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the point, going back to it, is Make a Man Out of You has been done a lot. It's been, memed a lot as well, and so we were gonna use this to cock tease a joke out. So we were gonna have Tanjiro like start to sing, let's get down to business, and then we would have Orokodaki, his mentor, just slap him across the face, going, no, none of that.
Oh yeah, Orokodaki, by the way. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Abridging anime is one thing. Taking on Disney in a copyright dispute is suicide.
yeah. And the best part is we made our Orokodaki because right when we released Demon Slayer, or when we released like episode 1, right around that time is when the last episode of TFS came out, like for
Yeah.
DBZ Abridged.
Yeah.
And so we were like, so we made Orokodaki Piccolo. It was Piccolo. He was
Nice.
literally, and we even tried to get what's his name? Fuck.
Lanny?
Huh?
No.
Is it Lanny Pator?
Yeah, Lanny Pator. We even tried to message Lanny Pator and ask him if he would
That's
come
yeah.
and do the voice, but he never
Yeah,
responded.
Yeah, no, dude, even we haven't gotten a hold of him.
Yeah, right.
I mean, shit, we got a direct fucking line to the guy through Kaiser, and we haven't gotten a hold of him.
Oh Lord,
It happens.
it'd be like that.
Yep.
It just be like that sometimes.
All right, hold on.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, go, Sean.
Well, okay, I think that is about all we have time for, and it has been an absolute honor and a privilege to have you on our 3rd episode. And like you were saying with the was it Masako, where like you felt like an ant next to an elephant. Like,
no, not Masako, Kaiser.
oh, sorry, Kaiser. Edit that out.
I'm hoping to work. I'm hoping to work with Masako. To the way I understand it, he's planning on auditioning for Czech. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to hearing that.
Like you were with Kaiser. I felt messaging you earlier, and even messaging Chibis, for the idea of you appearing on his podcast, I felt so nervous. I was like, no, these big players want to do anything.
Oh God, dude! No, all right. First of all, get off my dick. I'm not that important.
Yeah, no big players here. What are you talking about?
God knows, dude. Listen, I've been doing this just as long as the TFS guys, and we're just now breaking 60,000. So, like, no, we're not. It's every.
Don't ever feel like nervous to message us. We're like, we really aren't like anything special. We're just people. Like,
Bro, it's a
you can message us anytime and don't feel nervous. Like.
It's actually it's the thing is though is you're actually kind of lucky in that it's because early days back in like Gen 1 and it was fucking toxic. It was the Abridged community was super fucking toxic, myself included. Where everyone had a fucking ego and it was just not a fun time.
I wouldn't know.
So you guys are pretty fortunate in that I guess when you guys are starting this, because now everyone's just kind of things are kind of dying down a little bit, in that a lot of the big names are kind of on their way out, but it's definitely one of the nicer communities now. It's still got its bad actors, as every community will, but it is definitely much better than what it was.
I think I came in at the cusp of like where the toxic was kind of dying down.
Oh yeah, like
2014 was kind of like where the toxic, like all the toxic people were kind of dying down, but there were still some toxic people. I mean, everyone's dealt with them. We've dealt with them, stuff like that. But it definitely isn't as bad as it was. People just name dropping people for bullshit reasons, or whatever. So it definitely is a little better than it was, though. Like you were saying, Tony, it is kind of dying down to the point where people are just like, oh, Abridging's dead now.
Well, it's not so much Abridging's dead. It's just there is just very little new breakout successes. You've got the same 12 or so Abridged groups.
I just meant because of Team
You've got
4-Star
21st episodes from the schmucks.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Just a bunch of 20, just a bunch of episode 1s.
Honestly, we love the guys, but come on, finish something.
Yeah, bro, for real.
I just meant with Team 4-Star no longer doing Abridging stuff anymore. People were just like, yeah, Abridging's dead now. It's now that they're gone, it's dead. And I would have to say that's farther from the truth. It's not gonna die until it's not gonna die until fan interest dies in anime, which hopefully will never happen. But on one final note, and I don't normally out people like this, but there is a specific person who don't ever be like, and that's One Kids Entertainment. Oh. Don't ever be a One Kids, ever. He is the epitome of toxic first gen abridger. Oh.
Yeah.
Just to kind of put this in perspective, I'll give you a little example where my buddy.
Put this in.
No.
This dude.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
That guy.
I'm looking at his face. I remember him now.
That guy.
Yo.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not normally like openly antagonistic towards people.
I met him
but fuck
one
that guy.
time. Yeah, he's friends with this her name is his name now.
No
his
whacking.
name
No,
is
they're
Jesse.
not friends.
Yeah, no whacking.
No,
yeah.
they're actually.
Oh my god.
They're actually not friends.
Not anymore.
No, he's a transphobe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember I met No
fuck
Whacking
that
when I was
Yeah,
working
exactly.
at I was working at I did a convention for the Brony community. And I was
Ooh.
filming and taking like photos and stuff cuz I did like artwork, like I would draw.
Ooh.
Filming and taking photos for the Brony community, that does
Sorry,
not
there was two. There
leave
was
a
two.
good, leave a good
not that
taste
kind.
in the mouth.
No. I filmed a movie for Black Griffin and Michelle Kraber, and then I did art for BronyCon 2018. I did
That's cool.
I did artwork for me and my friend. We did art in the showroom or whatever you call it.
The artist alley type.
Yeah, the artist alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a booth in the artist alley. We sold. I think we made like $6,000 that weekend.
Nice. There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was awesome. And I got to meet No Whacking there, but that was after the transition.
Yeah.
And like I just saw No Whacking's face, and I was like, yo, wait, that's crazy. But I remember this guy.
Yeah, no, and so just he's the type of guy where he would actively discourage new people. He did that to my buddy Yusei, the Dastails, where he straight up told him to his face, yeah, just quit. You don't have a future in this. Straight up. Like, dude, what the fuck?
What a trash person.
Yeah, don't out of the abridging community, don't be a one kids. Be a
Yeah.
Kaiser.
Well, he doesn't even
Be
make
a-
content
be a-
anymore.
yeah,
That
exactly.
was 2 years ago.
Yeah, don't be a one kids, be a Kaiser Neko.
Yeah.
That's a wholesome message.
Wholesome message.
And
All right.
on that,
All right, Sean.
and on that wholesome message, once again, thank you so much for coming on, both of you.
Yeah, thank you for having
Um,
us.
Thank you so much for having
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
I would get you to plug your stuff, but you know, if people are coming to us, they've obviously found you.
For the
But still,
uninformed,
go ahead.
just Google like PhatDog.
But yeah, so you can find us on at PhatDogStudios on YouTube, Twitter. We also have a website, PhatDogStudios.com. And I'm guessing this will probably be up after check auditions are closed.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll be having this up probably towards. Actually, it might come out before that, if
Okay.
not on the day of.
Okay, well, anyway,
Yeah.
if you guys aren't already subscribed, definitely come give us a look-see. We're best known for Log Horizon Abridged. We also abridged that time I got reincarnated as a slime and One Piece. If I had to pick one of those three to watch, please go watch One Piece. It's
Please.
underrated and it needs more views.
And I agree. I support that claim.
But also for those of you who are thinking, oh yeah, hey, maybe we'll do reactions. Awesome, please do. We actually plug any reactors that do our stuff. However, word of caution: do not react to slime. Bandai does not play nice with others.
Also, subscribe to my future OnlyFans.
Oh hell yeah.
Coming to another
Alright,
coming to
John.
a cell phone
Description?
near you. Near you, Chibi fans.
No joke. Like, not kidding. Future OnlyFans.
We'll leave it
I
in the
mean,
description.
there is that video on Pornhub, isn't there? But-
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, you want to see Chibi get cream pied? Go to
I'll leave that in the
FhatDog
description
Studios.
too. I'll leave that in the description too.
Thank you. I completely forgot. We do have a Pornhub account, FhatDog Studios.
Yeah. I
Amazing.
mean,
Oh my
if you end up following the FhatDog Twitter, you'll probably find me there. If not, it's, Chibitails or Baka Fox Boy. So,
Yep. And obviously,
I
yeah,
don't.
follow us on Twitter, FhatDog Studios. There you go.
You already said.
Okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did. Oh.
Listen,
Nothing like
it's
cheap
late and
plugging
I'm
twice,
hungry.
What was that?
Sean.
Nothing like cheap plugging twice, is there?
Yeah.
That sounds like a really weird Pornhub reference again.
I know, it's the perfect segue.
All right, Sean.
So, once again, I'd like to thank our guests, PhatTony and Chibi. Thank you to my co-hosts, Colors and Fuffy. And once again, if you haven't already joined the Discords, then all links will be down in the description. And make sure to subscribe and hit that like button and stay up to date with all of our social medias. So, this has been the FanBase Podcast. I've been WildBore. And until the next time, Johnny.